We're going to pop on over to the Wind Waker, all dungeons speedrun by Linkus. Linkus, introduce yourself.
All right. Hello. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Loud and clear.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Linkus. Today, we're going to be doing a speedrun of The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, all dungeons. Now, this is probably the dumbest category I could have suggested. It is considered the hardest 3D Zelda category. It is going to be a lot of tricks, a lot of frame-perfect tricks, but also it is the most physical demanding one. But that being said, I know we're behind schedule, so I think we should just start, and there will be plenty of time to explain it throughout the run. It's a longer run.
Couple cutscenes, you got it?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Is everyone ready?
Let's go, Linkus!
Okay.
Let's go, Linkus!
Let's start in... Okay, let's start in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Nice!
Okay. Now, I'm going to have to start explaining a glitch immediately here in the beginning. And this is also the only glitch where I'm going to ask for silence. Every other trick, you can talk as much as you want. Trust me, I don't have a problem with it. So, Wind Waker is very ocean-focused. So the biggest exploit we want to figure out, and has been like one of the biggest dream services the game came out, was obviously some way to get around the ocean without the boat. The boat is very slow. Don't want to deal with them. Now, there are items we're going to get later on. In this game, it's going to be the actual main item, the Wind Waker. It's the most broken item in the game, and it will allow for a glitch called super swimming. However, at the start here, I don't have an item, but if I were to do the casual method, I would have about 30 minutes of tutorials and cutscenes. So I'm going to do a glitch called a manual super swim. And it is going to exploit how the game basically calculates Link's speed in the water. So when you swim, you're going to gain 3 units of speed. But to make it a little bit more realistic, when you turn around for just 1 frame, and it runs at 30 FPS, the game will add negative speed, 3 units to be exact. And this is to slow you down. Now, that means that if you technically can turn the analog stick around 30 times a second, you can get enormous amounts of speed, but I can't do it as a human. So for a long time, we had to do what is known as 200 frame-perfect pause buffers in a row to be able to perform this trick. It's one of the hardest tricks out of any speedrun. Now, recently, I decided that I wanted to be one of the first in the world to do this fully unbuffered. So if you do this trick an average of 18 times per second moving your analog stick, you can gain speed. At home, I would only do it unbuffered. I'm going to do a combo of both. So here we go.
Sounds for this, right?
Yeah. Sorry, wait. The cable is hitting my controller. Sorry.
You got this. You got this. Let's go, Linkus.
Save this. So normally at home, I would be able to do this very quickly. Now, because this is a marathon run, I'm going to have to do a good amount of pause buffering, and I'm going to have to do this over kind of multiple attempts. But we're going to get out of here at the very least. Just a very hard trick to do. My arm is also very tired. I have not gotten enough sleep. So I'm going to have to do some pause buffering. I cannot. My arm is too tired. Okay, so we're going to switch to doing some pause buffering here for a bit. You can see I'm swimming backwards right now. So now I have to unplug my controller to change my analog stick settings. I'm going to explain all of this later. Sorry. So now I have to pause buffer the game. Looking at my speed, I do not have a lot of it. I have about 200. So I want to probably pause buffer this game about 100 times. So, like I said, at home, I would do this fully unbuffered because that resets. So, the thing that makes pause buffering so hard in this game is that in Ocarina of Time, for example, if you pause too early, the game will not progress any time. In this game, if you pause too early, the game will just eat your input. It doesn't register it. So, that means that every pause has to be frame perfect, and you only gain speed if it's frame perfect. So I'm going to keep turning around here and hopefully get the speed. And like I said, this is the one trick that's really not marathon safe. Okay, my arm is a bit rested, so I'm going to do a risky thing here for the So I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to go back to doing unbuffered for a bit. So I have to change my analog stick.
I have so many questions, but I don't want to linger.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to explain all of this. I'm sorry.
This is so cool, Linkus. This is so cool.
Okay, that's a good amount of speed. Okay, so now we should have less pause buffers to do. And yeah, if this was done perfectly at home, I can literally get all of the speed in about 40 seconds of doing that analog stick trick. But I'm pretty close now, so we shouldn't have to pause buffer for that long. So... And I promise, this is the only time I'm doing this trick, by the way. It's only the start that is this brutal.
This is so cool, Linkus. You got it.
I think I have enough speed. I'm going to try something right now. Not enough speed.
Not enough speed.
Okay, so now I just have to hit the beat and get an area. So hold on. So I can still lose this. Hold on. So I'm going to be able to talk in a second. Sorry. So now I have to hit an area fill without hitting the island, or I lose all of my speed. So I have to go here. Charge in place here. Okay, how you set to make it to Dragon Roost now?
Right. Are you winning, son? It's like, holy shit.
Okay, I'm sorry that took an extra minute or two compared to what it would usually be, but anyway, so that is manual super swim.
Well worth it.
So that skips about 30 minutes of dialogue and cutscenes. This game was thought to be tasked only for over 10 years because who would either be mad enough to flick an analog stick? Because if you do 15 times per second, your net speed gain 0 is like it's 0 because it's plus. The math would be +3, -3, +3, -3. So to gain any speed on buffered, you have to do minimum 16 per second on analog stick, or pause buffer the game 200 times frame perfectly. So we knew it for about 10 years before anyone wanted to try it. And now it's implemented. And even though the first trick sucks to learn, once you do that, the entire run becomes fun, and there's going to be a lot of sequence breaking. But yeah, basically, to summarize the trick, and I think people behind me as well might have some questions, but...
I got a few.
I basically just got 600 units of speed by pause buffering up and down. Once I hit that speed, I move so quickly that the game cannot keep up with the character. So what happens is I am in the middle of the screen, and on the next frame, I am behind the camera. The game panics and goes, oh no, Link is not supposed to be off camera. Flip the camera 180 degrees. But because I have the speed, it will continuously do that repeatedly, and it will basically automatically let me charge up my speed. And now we are at Dragon Roost, and even though I could lose time, I never have to do a trick anymore because the Wind Waker is the glitch I will use to do that. There are so many glitches in this run that I'm going to kind of explain them throughout it to not overwhelm you in the first 30 minutes. But until we get into all the other glitches, do all of you guys have any questions?
Where do we start?
Yes, Professor.
Yeah.
A few. What the hell? That's my first.
I have to enter Beetle quickly. That's not a question.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's fascinating about speedrunning to me is how you figure that out. how do you know to do that? Like, who finds out those things?
So it was all discovered by accident. So a glitch was discovered by accident called storage. I'm going to do it a lot in this run, but you know what? I'll take a quick 5-second time lapse right now and just show you so you get an idea. So, remember how, do you understand the fundamental basics, Chad, and everyone at home that's watching and everyone behind me, that the idea is if you turn around every frame, you gain speed. That's all you need to know to understand the trick. Now, the Wind Waker is a special item. As you can see, even if I'm facing away, if I take it out, it will always face the front of Link. It's called camera lock. That's how the game is programmed. So by doing this glitch called storage right here, it's frame perfect. What it lets me to do is basically have control over Link in a mode I'm not supposed to, like this. And what people discovered, because they found this by accident, was, hey, if you do that glitch and go in the water and hold up, Link turns around very fast. Not only that, but if you keep holding up and release the analog stick, you fly away. Why does that happen? And then research went into it, and they realized it's kind of like Mario 64's backwards long jumps.
Wait, okay, sorry, where did you go?
Yeah, sorry. So,
Linkus, this is so cool.
I need to get a cutscene right here. I did a wrong order or something, so I'm actually, unfortunately, losing time here. So I needed to undo a glitch. So there's a cutscene here to learn Wind's Requiem. It's the Wind song for this game. And normally you get a long cutscene on it. Sorry, I'm swimming around. I need to get to Beetle to a loading zone again. But anyway, so to change the wind direction in Wind Waker, you need to get Wind's Requiem. Otherwise, it's impossible to change the wind direction. And you get a really long cutscene of a tutorial, but there's a special trick you can do to basically skip that entirely. And that's what I am doing right now. But I quickly need to reset the stone because it was glitched. I'm a little bit worried. I have never had that happen, actually, that the left stone went invisible, but I think with a second reload, I should be able to get the song.
World's first.
Because it is not in my inventory, so it shouldn't have activated the flag. Worst case, this is a first-time discovery, and I get to redo that first glitch. So let's hope I don't. That's all I'm going to say. But after that, it's going to be smooth sailing.
Do we have some time for some donations?
Yeah.
We have a $69 donation by Nice.
Nice.
They just say nice.
I like that.
Nice.
Nice.
We got a lot of donations, all saying pausa.
Yes. In the HD version, you play on Italian instead, so you get a beautiful pausa text. So it is a long-term meme that is pausa. Okay, we got the cutscene. I'm going to let myself watch it. It's a 30-second time loss, but it will be slower to get the cutscene skip now. But anyways. After I get this cutscene and we get Wind's Requiem and we're starting the run, the glitches are not going to stop. So I'm going to explain everything, but the beautiful thing is there's only a couple of glitches, and they're done in like alternate ways, if that makes sense. So once I've explained it once, you will understand the fundamentals of the run. So there's going to be a lot of time for questions and a lot of time for donations throughout this. But like I said, very dense at the beginning. So once I have this Wind song now, my objective is to basically go back to the technically portion of the intro. So the first thing I need to do is be able to super swim. So I'm now going to finally get back to super swimming with my Wind Waker. So by holding up in the water here, Link will turn around every single frame, and it will basically do what I did earlier, but automatically. So I don't have to pause buffer.
Oh my god.
I'll never get used to this.
This is awesome. This is such a cool run.
So what I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to super swim over to a submarine. Now, this submarine has absolutely nothing in it. It is just like, I think casually it has, let me think, it has a treasure chart. However, what we want specifically is a moblin with a lantern. So normally if you played Wind Waker, you would go through Outset, you would get the cutscenes, and then you would get to the first kind of dungeon area, Forsaken Fortress 1. Now, this place is kind of a sneaking around with guards trying to catch it all the time. And the objective is to get to the end, see your sister, and get your sword back, which you don't have. However, if I go in this random submarine in the overworld, and I go in front of them, they will not act as an enemy, they will act as a guard, and they will rung warp me from the submarine into Forsaken Fortress 1.
Woo! Oh. Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy tech.
And that is a really clever way Nintendo in this generation tried to do a lot of strategies to try and optimize how much disk space was being used. So instead of making two enemies that had two properties, one that is a guard and one that is an enemy, they just said, let's make one and have a flag in the game. If Link, the player, has a sword, it will act as an enemy. If he doesn't, we should act as a guard. Because normally, casually, you would never not have a sword except for the first 5 minutes of the game, or when you temporarily lose it in Forsaken Fortress here. However, thanks to sequence breaking, I can have it in the overworld. So that is what let me get here. Thankfully, even though I never got the sword and lost it here, it's still always placed out here. So I can get through Forsaken Fortress normally. So there's a few things I want here. I want to get the Gossip Stone, which is an item that's important for later. The sword. And also, by beating this, King of Red Lions, the actual boat, will spawn into the overworld, and that's very important. So I'm going to try and do a precise cycle here, but I only have one try at the frame perfect storage. Let's see if I can get it. Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
So,
what?
So now, I'm going to jump into this Gossip Stone trigger, and that has actually activated a cutscene, and it's supposed to play, but it didn't. So I got the item, but I didn't have to watch the cutscene. Then I roll around these lanterns, and I got some rupees, I got the item I needed, and now we're ready to go on. Now, I know this is very overwhelming, but it's going to be more overwhelming. So,
thank you. Oh, great.
That was just the syllabus.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So,
there will be a quiz on this.
So the super swim glitch, you remember how I explained that it basically just means you can walk around in a mode you're not supposed to. So I'm going to do that storage glitch again, but this time on a chest. So I'm going to get storage here. So frame perfectly, dive off, cancel 3 frames before. Now, if you try and open up this chest, it will open for 1 frame and fail. Why is that important? Well, when you do the opening chest animation, Link kind of leans forward and tries to grab the item, but he can't because his collision is just so thick. So what Nintendo did is they basically shrunk the hitbox during the animation so you can perform the animation and then it returns you back to normal. But since I canceled it, I now have this tiny hitbox, meaning that I can do some unintended things. So let's just say that walls are now officially a suggestion. And if you pay very close attention to the audio here, when I open up this door, you're going to hear something very important. Nintendo pays me for my glitch.
Just got money? Just got money?
Whatever you store in a chest is added to your inventory. Once you go through a loading zone, that's when it can add it, since it can't add it while you're playing. Right here, I'm going to abuse a really cool fact. So these guards have a really huge dome to try and spot you when you're walking around. But they wanted to prevent casuals from sneaking around in that barrel and then put off the barrel and immediately get spotted. So they temporarily shrink your hitbox for about 5 seconds after you put that barrel down. But instead of sneaking around, I just pick it up, drop it to get a temporarily some lower hitbox. I go around, and now I can sidle, and I'm at the basically end of Forsaken Fortress, so I have a break from glitches.
Oh, God.
I have
we're finally having a breather. That was a very intense first 15, 20 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't think I've been breathing.
Yeah. I have a donation I think you'd really like to hear.
Yeah.
It's that's my goat. Oh yeah, baby. Hi Linkus, it's me, Maisie. I used your credit card for this. Thank you for donating $25 to charity.
Maybe it wasn't so good to share finances.
In case you don't know, Maisie is Linkus's wife.
Yes. Love you, Maisie. But anyways, so that's the end of Forsaken Fortress. We got our sword. We're gonna get some cutscenes. So before we get into anything else, I think instead of just over-explaining everything, I'm gonna ask the couch because I think I take a lot of things for granted. I've experienced this trend since 2016 now. Is there any concept that you're confused about?
Is there any concept that I understand?
So physics.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to start with that. Just like
Sure.
the concept of it.
Sure. So, okay. I will give, for anyone who's a Wind Waker around here, don't get upset. I'm going to simplify this. If I go technical, nothing will make sense. So imagine that anytime this game wants to control Link, right? You have 2 states. You have state 0. This would just be a playable state. You're playing around, you're doing everything normally. And then you would have state 1. This is anything that's restricted. And you might not think about this, but it restricts you in a lot of ways. Let's say you're talking to an NPC. You can only press A. You can't walk around. Let's say you take out a Wind Waker. You can use the C stick to play. Opening up a chest, opening up a door, anything like that restricts you. And how the game's math works, in like the simplified explanation, is anytime you start an interaction, for example, opening up a chest, etc., it will add 1 to this value. So it will go from playable state to, oh, this is restricted. Once you press A or B to leave whatever puts you in this mode, it will go, oh, -1. Put him back to 0. And you would never notice this if you're playing the game casually. But with that Wind Waker dive glitch I do, where I climb up a ledge, I take out the Wind Waker, and I cancel it exactly 3 frames before I land, something very interesting happens. I press B to cancel the Wind Waker, but exactly right before you land on the ground, Link tries to do an animation of bending his legs to prepare for the fall. And if this happens at the same time, the game will exit the Wind Waker, but still have it out. And remember this example I explained earlier? That would mean that I took out the Wind Waker. I'm in a restricted state. I'm in 1. I press B to cancel it. I'm not back at 0. But because I still have the Wind Waker out, I can press B a second time. And now I am at -1. And this is where all the glitches come into play, because that's why it's called storage. I am storing a restricted state for the future. If I take out the Wind Waker, it should restrict me. That's +1. But since I'm at -1, I will stay in a playable state. I try and open up a chest, still playable state. Text, cutscene, anything like that, it will work. And all the glitch quirks that you will see throughout this run are all abusing how each one of those restricted states are built. So remember earlier I explained that the Wind Waker, you have to face Link. It's called camera lock. The camera is locked behind Link, right? Like, I'm staring at you. I can't stare away. I can't look at those guys, right? That's what Link is doing. So if I'm trying to turn around in the water, I can't stop facing you. So you're going to have to turn around 180 degrees over there, and you're going to see the back instead, right? And that's how the camera works. So that lets me turn around every frame. I get speed. I get backwards momentum. I try and open up a chest. It starts the test and goes, no, he's supposed to be able to still play. We can't restrict his state. And then I get the properties of how that cutscene was built. And that's how all glitches, in as simple of a way as I can explain, are fundamentally based upon.
I can't believe you just described every single glitch in Wind Waker in a couple sentences. You're crazy for that. You're insane.
Do you think any devs just kind of sit around and they like they have a cigar, smoke, and they just like take a big puff, like, you did good, kid. You did good.
You having fun, son?
Yeah.
Just like you figured it out. All right. You did good.
I think you guys can notice at this point, I'm very passionate about this game. I love this game, okay? This game holds a very dear place in my heart, I think. Man, my English is failing.
Sploosh Kaboom or Wind Waker?
Wind Waker as well. Yeah, we're not playing Sink the Battleship right now. But yeah, right now when I'm at Windfall, everything looks pretty normal, and it will be for about the next 1 minute. So I'm going to buy the sail, and this is kind of what I'm intended to do. But once I have the sail, so I technically can get around with the boat if I need to, the glitches are going to start. I'm going to make a safety save right here, because if I fail this trick, my game will either soft lock or I'll lose 2 minutes. So in case of the soft lock, I'm going to save. So I'm going to get storage right here. Once again, all of these storages are frame perfect. I'm going to take the text box from King of Red Lions.
So are you in a negative state or a positive state right now?
So I was negative. I talked to King of Red Lions, and it was used up.
Okay.
You can
Back to
actually see
positive.
right now.
Oh!
The text is on the screen, but I can play. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do now is, for speed, I'm going to have the text box up while I'm getting the storage glitch. So at this point, what I want to do is I want to activate an event called Endless Night. In Wind Waker, normally you could only get bombs after beating the first 2 dungeons. And the way they restrict you from doing that is by going to Great Fish Island. Now, Great Fish Island has a very long cutscene, and there's a lot of things I don't want to deal with. So what I have to do right here, and this can very easily fail, this is one of the harder glitches, I have to drown at the same, and while I am drowning, the cutscene has to play. Maybe, let's see. I got it.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. so you can't even see it, but while I'm drowning, at literally the last split second, I have to get close enough to the island for the cutscene to start. And you can now see that we're having a rainy day. We're clearly no longer in LA. It's just going to be raining like crazy. And this changes a ton of things around the game. More specifically, that what I'm interested in is that this boat right here, this pirate ship, is spawned in. And this was not supposed to spawn until way later in the game, but it contains the bombs. And getting bombs early is one of the most broken items in the game, so it's very important for this run that I get this boat to spawn. Now, I would normally do a slightly different route here, but because it is completely RNG based, I'm gonna quickly get some rupees here instead for marathon safety. And after getting some rupees, we're gonna go and save Tingle to get the Tingle Tuner, which is gonna be a very important item for the run. If you don't see, by the way, this run requires the use of a Game Boy Advanced at the same time, so I have one laying in front of me. So
What?
I'm gonna be using my
Wait, I'm
nose.
sorry, what?
I'm gonna use my nose to navigate the Game Boy Advanced while I'm playing for certain glitches. To be able to get through certain
I just want
aspects.
to like highlight this. You use your nose.
Yes. That's also why I used the old advanced model instead of an SP model, because the SP has firmer buttons, so my nose couldn't hit them properly. So I downgraded to this model so that the buttons are higher up.
What the hell? I gotta ask, is this the first speedrun where you use your nose?
I can't think of another one. Like I've heard of speedruns where you use your feet.
Sure.
But like nose?
That's
Oh my god. We have a ton of big donations, by the way.
Sounds good. I have to change my controller for 1 second at the end of the text box so you can... Actually, wait. We're coming up with another new glitch.
Go for
30
it.
seconds and
Go
then
for it.
you can do it.
Hey, you're the
Change
speedrunner.
controller. Yeah, sorry. Normally I have it on my desk. But yeah, I don't want to do that first glitch with the analog stick on a good controller because it absolutely destroys it. I'm sure you can imagine. So,
But you have a separate controller for this glitch.
yeah. So...
Man's bringing a GameStop here.
Here, I want to get in this pirate ship, but there's a password here, and I can't get in. Now, I'm going to show you right now. Do you see how technically if I grab up right here, the ledge is partially inside of Link? So what the game will do is it will push me out on the first frame. What that means, however, is if I climb up and I roll to the left on the very first frame, I will clip out of bounds. Once I'm out of bounds now, I can walk through this railing. Oops, frame early. I can walk through this railing and get to the very edge here, and side up straight into the loading zone, skipping through in a cutscene.
Oh my god.
wow.
Wow. Just to confirm, right, this game runs at 30 frames per second?
Correct, yes.
So every time you say frame perfect, you are doing a 1/30th of a second like input.
Yes. Yeah, there is a lot of frame perfect inputs in this game. So anytime you see me do storage, which I do over 100 times, it's a 3-frame window to get the dive and a frame perfect input to cancel it every single time. Every time I do a roll clip, it's going to be frame perfect. I don't think there's any glitches really that aren't frame perfect. So
Jesus.
there's going to be a lot. There's a reason I always jokingly say that I only got about a year into me to do this game. Because even only at the age of 25, my hands can only do this about every other to third day because it is intense. And trust me when I say we're not done with the intense tricks in terms of physical activities.
Oh, can't wait.
That's like a starting pitcher at a Major League Baseball team.
Yeah. Someone sign this, man.
Gotta get to 3-4 days of rest.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a $25 donation from Abby Bagel. Linkus is the GOAT. He super swam into our hearts and our wallets. 125K soon to go. Let's go. Let's get it.
Very nice.
We have a $100 donation from Anonymous. Woo!
Hey, Anonymous.
Let's go, Linkus.
Thank you.
We have a $150 donation from Osmers. Woo!
All right.
Hello, Osmers here. On behalf of Linkus' community, we are so proud of him for showing off this run for everyone here today. This is one of my all-time favorite speedrunners and speedrun, and I'm very excited to have everyone see it. Go Charity!
Yeah, go charity. Yeah, I think we have time for one more while I'm doing stuff.
We have a $25 donation from Cheeseman. Let's go, Linkus, my #1 road rage streamer.
I never get mad. What do you mean? I would never do that.
Hey, the
It's
way
just a
that
video
you're
game.
doing that super swim, you know, I'm fearful if you were going to get into a car.
I'm only verbal on the road. I never do something physical.
Jesus.
So right now, I'm connecting my Game Boy Advance to my console through a linking cable. So this is basically kind of a, honestly, like Wii U gamepad function on the GameCube. It's really cool. So casually, what you would use this for is that you get a live updating map. And if you've ever played Wind Waker, you will know that when you want to salvage the treasures, you go a little bit too far, a little bit too short. It's terrible. So the live updating map is very useful. But what I am more interested in is the fact that Tingle, I mean, he's greedy after all, has a shop. It's very overpriced, but unlike items where I have to physically use it, I can use the shop at any time in the run. And that is going to be very useful. So right here, I did a special storage trick.
He's revving up.
Simply put, it lets me super swim while I can still skip cutscenes. Normally you can't. And that's just because otherwise I'd soft lock my game at Forest Haven. So I'm going to super swim all the way here. Also, to not lose speed, do you see how Link is kind of swimming downwards? Throughout this entire thing, I have to hold a tiny bit down outside of the dead zone. Not too much because I lose too much speed, and if it's too little, my run or my super sim fails. So it's very precise to control this glitch. But now we are at Forest Haven, and while we are here, we're now coming up on my favorite glitch in the game. So this next glitch that's coming up here is called a zombie hover.
The zombie hovers, from what I've seen, are crazy.
Yes, they're quite ridiculous.
Several frame perfect inputs, is it?
Yeah, I have to mash my B button 15 times per second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first actually, let me think. I'm going to first actually save my game here. Let's not, you know, have to reset the run if I fail this, because I would have to redo this if I failed the next glitch,
So you're taking this damage on purpose?
Yeah, so I'm taking this damage on purpose. So I think to make it more entertaining for y'all, I'm going to show the glitch off, and then I'll explain it afterwards. So all I have to say is enjoy. So let's hopefully be able to get this first try. So this is how the glitch looks like.
he rises from the dead! Oh my god!
And do you remember how I connected my Game Boy Advance earlier? Sorry, I'm going to have a little bit of a weird voice. I'm kind of tensing up. So, basically, if I land on the ground right now, I'm going to die. However, thankfully, I have my nose. So, I'm going to purchase an item right now from the Game Boy Advance. And this is a red potion. So you can see that it's currently ticking in, it's loading, and once it sends it over, it's going to take 20 rupees, heal me, and I'm at the top.
Wow! That's crazy!
Now, this next glitch coming up is very precise, and if I fail this, I'm going to have to redo all of that. But honestly, it's a cool glitch, so it's
I'd
fine.
love to see it again.
Yeah, so honestly, I'm not going to bother explaining this. This glitch will literally take me 15 minutes to explain. I'm gonna get crushed in the same frame that I complete this cutscene. So the previous glitch, Nintendo realized when they were developing this game that, hey, when you stand up and you have 0 HP, there's a very short amount of time where you can perform an input before the game over screen starts. So to avoid you to do anything, Nintendo thought they were clever by saying, okay, if the player performs any inputs, we are going to cancel the interaction. But that actually is the only reason that glitch works, because every time you jump slash, you gain height. So by mashing jump slashes every other frame, so 15 times per second, I will gain more and more height, and that is how I'm able to get up. Now, I will need to count here, so just 1 second. Basically, these shoes, I turned off their AI with a complicated glitch. They're just going forward right now. And what I want to do is push this guy out of bounds. He will go out of bounds so far he despawns. At the same time that happens, I'm going to get crushed by that giant Giga Chad shin of that Deku Tree. And if I do that at the same time, at the exact same time, the cutscene will be skipped, and we are actually safe from all the like really bad glitches for a while. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please. If I spawn at the top, it worked. We're good. Okay.
Yeah!
Okay.
Holy shit.
Dude, what? This is crazy.
This is some really cool stuff.
Yeah. What an incredible speedrun.
The honest thing is, the thing that sucks about this in a marathon run is I think it looks very impressive. Unfortunately, even if I talked for the full, 2.5, 3 hours of this run, I don't think you'd understand it all. It's just too much. So, it almost would need like a documentary to explain everything that's happening.
I think I speak for everyone here when I say that you should make a video fully explaining all of this as a documentary. It would be incredibly entertaining.
I will be sat.
I will watch. I will remove anything I have during those couple days to watch it.
It would be cool. It'd be a long video to script.
We did get a $300 donation.
Wow.
Woo!
Awesome.
From Librarian, saying my favorite Hitman horse. Linkus also speedruns Hitman. Fantastic at the game too.
Sorry, I needed to listen to the speaker on my Game Boy Advance here. So right now I'm using the Tingle Tuner. So you know how there's hover boots in Ocarina of Time? There actually exists the hover boots in Wind Waker. Unfortunately, it's locked behind a paywall. And it costs 30 rupees on top of that to buy it for Tingle for 5 seconds. But it lets me skip this entire thing and fly right to the end, which normally wouldn't be possible.
Wow.
And we're now in Forbidden Woods, the technical second dungeon.
But this is the first dungeon we're doing for
correct.
the speedrun.
Yep. And normally this would not be very feasible to beat without too many items. Thankfully, I got bombs early. And this entire puzzle of the dungeon is basically you have these eyes you have to damage, and then halfway through you get the boomerang, and that's their weakness. But the bombs, which is a later game item, can just damage all of them. So I don't really have to deal with any of that. So I can just kind of get through this.
Now, I gotta ask, is this possible without the bombs? Like, getting through this dungeon?
If I were to skip the first dungeon but not have bombs?
Yes.
Yes. With other glitches.
Crazy. Insane.
I can't even fathom that.
Yeah, the old route of 100% that I used to run actually was really cool because you didn't get the sword until over an hour into the run. So that one was a crazy route, having to go through everything without a sword too. It's almost like you were doing modded, but you're just doing glitches.
And I really do want to highlight this fact as well. We said it like during the intro of the actual game when introducing Linkus, but Linkus has held a world record in every single category of Wind Waker. And not only that, but he's done it simultaneously, where every single top of the leaderboard was him. So he knows his stuff. He knows pretty much every route in the game. He's kind of crazy with it.
You get the wow.
He also walks up tree stumps.
Yeah, sorry, chest storage. Yeah, I had a childhood dream of mine to play this game for a living, and you know, my dad was as supportive as you can be when you have a little kid saying, I want to play video games for a living. So in 2016, I picked up Wind Waker HD basically almost full time. And once I graduated, I basically asked him, hey, could you give me 1 year to see if I can make it as a streamer? And if I can't, I will get a normal job. And he agreed to that and helped me out financially. And on month 12, I was featured on front page and was able to make it. So it's all thanks to getting on front page in that last month, and I've been ever since. And yeah, I've basically almost not taken a break from this game since then. I've switched from HD to GameCube. I'm trying to get through a record in this category right now. Yeah, sorry,
I'm sorry.
It's almost like the game is supposed to operate that way.
It's like, oh, you just clip through the door, you know? Did you not play that way?
Yeah, so remember earlier I said the game shrinks your hitbox and that's how I walk up steep slopes? There is a perfect demonstration. Nintendo accidentally left like a pixel of room in between the door and the wall, but since my hitbox is so small, I can run through. Now here I'm in big trouble. I can't cut this guy down. I don't have the boomerang. Thankfully, this guy has terrible collision underneath because it's not supposed to. So just to give you a demonstration, if you were to look right now, you're going to see that if I throw this bomb perfectly, it'll just clip inside. So by perfectly timing 4 bomb throws, and they're pretty precise here, I will hopefully be able to take him down very quickly here. So that's 3, and stop moving, good. 4. All right. And there's the
Wow!
play.
Wow! Oh my god!
And you can see the game is not too happy with it. He's still in the air. He's not supposed to be there when you defeat him, but it works. A little fun fact, though, when you're up here. So there is a luck-based chance when you're doing PV or record attempts that this run just flat out dies right here. Because he's going to have to do a jump instead of walk into Makar right here. And you see how the heart is right next to Makar? There is a chance that he lands on that heart and your run just dead. So it's very annoying of a heart piece. It has happened too many times.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow.
I've had my mouth open this whole time.
I'm
Jock
aghast.
hurts a
like a
little bit.
2-year-old that saw the Teletubbies for the first time.
It's the sun.
Like, holy
Why is the sun a
shit.
baby?
Me and Jarma talked earlier today, and he said, you gotta find like that thing you're super passionate about. I'm sure you can notice now. This is the thing.
Right, yeah.
This is the thing.
Well, you're pretty damn good at it.
Thank you. But yeah, anyways, we have a cutscene here, and the nice thing too is this is gonna be still very glitch heavy and still a lot of explanation, but I'm gonna do way more zombie hovers later on, storage is super swim. But the nice thing is now when we're past the first 30 minutes of just pure non-stop explanations, there's gonna be fewer tricks and more variations of things we've seen. So if you've understood at least half of what I've said, you should be good.
You're great at explaining it. There's something during this cutscene, if I recall, that your Twitch chat loves to do. Can you explain that a little bit?
Of course, yeah. So we're gonna get an orchestra right here with Makar, a little baby. You can actually see I got the Makar or the little Korak shirt right here too. So everyone in the back and everyone at home, I want you to go in sync with these guys.
I'll falsetto. I got it.
Beautiful job.
Yeah, that's
Makar.
great.
We're
That's
so proud of
great.
you.
I did some of that.
Oh yeah.
I was in the room.
You're good at it.
I think
you.
there was
Fantastic.
one person back there, though, that was slightly off pitch. I'm not going to throw any names out.
It was
I
me.
heard something. I heard something. I heard no names. But I think with some practice, we got it for next time.
I love that cutscene so much.
I love this cutscene, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. It's a kind of a silly, stupid meme, right? But there's a lot of cutscenes I have to sit through every single day. So you got to make them entertaining somehow, right? Yeah, now once we're done with this, there's, like I said, a lot more glitches, but now there's no more like, okay, at least for another 40 minutes, there's no more glitches that can like lose enormous amounts of time. So I can finally slightly relax for a short period of time. So I'm going to save my game right here. And now we are going to finally go to the first dungeon of the game, Dragon Roost.
The first dungeon, second.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just confirming.
Yeah. So, thankfully, very conveniently, the idea of how normally you would play this game is you would get 3 pearls and then you would place them around the ocean. But the path that I need to super swim to get back to Dragon Roost has one of those islands where I can place one of the pearls. So it's very convenient for the routing. I also have to avoid all the islands here, so you basically need to like half memorize the ocean, and it's really hard to see too. I'm sure you can tell that Endless Night's pretty awful. And these islands are not big, so it's kind of annoying to see where all the islands are, but hopefully all of them will go well.
And it kind of plays scary music, too.
It freaks you out.
It's almost like the music knows what's happening.
Yeah, I'd get to this part of the speedrun and I'd be shaking.
Yeah, thankfully there's only about another 2 more super swims during Endless Night, and then we can get some nice, beautiful, calm, kind of summerish Wind Waker music.
And why did we get Endless Night?
So it's just, normally you would only have for a short time. It's basically a spawn the pirate ship, get the bombs, and then you get the 3rd pearl.
Right.
But for routing purposes, I do it immediately to get bombs, but then I don't get the 3rd pearl, which ends this event until way later. But right here, we're finally coming up in Dragon Roost. We're going to go inside, and we're hopefully going to have a good time.
I'm never going to get tired of this glitch. It's so cool.
So awesome.
Yeah, also, I feel like maybe this is a little bit late to say, but like epilepsy warning.
Afterwards.
Maybe I should have mentioned that.
43 minutes
Hey, by the way, if you made it through the 43 minutes, the 44th one is insane.
But anyways, now we're back at Dragon Roost, and I want to get up. However, there's all the early game cutscenes that I skipped, so I don't want to walk where I'm supposed to walk. So I think that we should do everything in our power to not have to watch them. So let's do that. So we're going to instead fly up to get to the back entrance.
Oh, obviously.
So I'm gonna mash here.
I love the sounds. He so badly wants to say, huh?
He just can't quite.
Just let him do it, man. Just let him do it. Oh, thanks.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was all for you, Point Crow.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
And now we're inside of Dragon Roost, and we can finally head towards Dragon Roost Cavern. You're going to see I'm going to continue to take damage. I have an even longer zombie hover coming up soon to skip the entire next, or 80% of the next dungeon. It's a really cool dungeon, though. There's a lot of sequence breaks. I think if you haven't played this game, have all of you guys behind played Wind Waker, actually?
I played it once.
I don't play any fucking video games, apparently.
This was released in 2001, so I was like, maybe there's a chance. That,
Whoa. What are you trying to say with that?
I played Elden Ring.
That's a new game! Anyways. Now we're in Dragon Roost. And the objective here is to take down damage. Also, one thing I haven't mentioned, by the way, is there's a bunch of text that I'm constantly skipping through in the Tingle Tuner, and there's a bunch of secret lore of a story with Tingle. It's really fun. And he also hides secret treasures. So I know so if I explode a bomb with Tingle right there, a 50 rupee will spawn. So throughout the run, I will get secret rupees through those kind of hint system. So I'm going to take some damage here. That's okay. Then I'm gonna take them down, get the stick, and you can see here I'm gonna explode this bomb, and all of a sudden right there, 50 rupee will be right there. Thank you. And then I'm gonna go up here and spawn the chest.
It's such a cool time save to throw the torch.
Yeah.
Instead of lighting it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of small optimizations for sure. Now, normally, this dungeon, if you don't know the dungeon layout, would basically be kind of like a spiral that's going upwards. You're kind of going up in a tower, but around like a mountain, if that makes sense. But that means that if I can get to the top early, I can save a lot of time. There is an RNG-based chance that a falling rock can hit my head and lose me a lot of timers, so let's hope that doesn't happen. But if it doesn't, and I have good mashing here... Oh, no, there's the rocks. So, I'm going to try and mash my way all the way up here without getting hit by a rock, and... I need to be very consistent here.
You said you had to do this 15 times a second, right?
Yeah, 15 times a second.
So for this one, you can technically average around 14 and still make it, actually. I'm actually going to cancel this heal here because I timed it slightly early.
With your nose.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, well, we made it. This is fine. Okay, so we just have to wait for the heal to go through, and we're good.
Nice! Woo! You were killing it, man.
And here's the nice thing. That's the last super physical trick I have, because I need a breather, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Is this the part of the run where I mention the Linkus arm image?
Oh, no. There's, I think actually I have a thumbnail with it. If you just Google Linkus 7 Swole, you will see an old thumbnail that like a secondary channel uploaded, where you can see the difference between my left and right arm from doing these glitches. And it's not photoshopped, and it is scary what the difference is.
He has rippling biceps on his right arm.
But only the right arm.
It's a beautiful photo.
You said Linkus 7.
You think it was a coincidence I was wearing this bomber jacket, Chad?
He needs to hide it, you know? It's a sleeper build.
Exactly.
Hey, if people say speedruns aren't physical, take a look at that photo.
Yeah, also a little bit of feel stankment with the audio here. Thankfully, this is a very short area, so it's fine.
Oh, yeah,
a little bit of crackling from that fire.
There is some stank on that fire.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. I know that can happen sometimes with upscalers. I know my old Wii to HDMI adapter did it. I had to buy 3 different separate adapters before I finally found one that didn't have it. So for some reason, when you're upscaling this game, and it can happen, but there's only 2 areas where that sound glitch happened. This is one of them, so it won't be a big deal for the run. So if you're working in tech right now, don't panic. You don't need to change anything. We're about to leave.
Somebody in broadcast right now is like, what is it?
It's freaking out.
What is going on?
Yeah, I don't know why the specific. It must be something with the pitch of the high pitch of like Baloo, the dragon, screaming.
You have to be one of the most knowledgeable people of Wind Waker in general.
So for finding glitches, absolutely not. I just like to study them and read the ones that are already found. Can I get? It's only frame perfect. Hello?
It's only frame perfect.
Sorry, I say that on stream all the time. I don't mean to.
No, that's amazing. I love that.
Okay.
Ah, there you go.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so most of these are not reaction-based, so it's kind of just like muscle memory of like doing this motion, basically, so like YX. So they become very consistent. This ledge, for some reason, is the ledge I struggle with the most. And I cannot explain why. It does not work in practice, doesn't work in runs. Some days it works perfectly. I am going to blame it on Cosmic Race, because that makes me feel better.
What is this, Mario 64? Oh my god.
Well, the good thing is we're about to leave this area, and Tech can finally relax that we are done with crispy audio.
Well, we have a couple donations.
Go right ahead.
We have a $69 donation by P. Eugene. Life's a garden. Dig it.
Nice.
We have a $50 anonymous donation and another $50 anonymous donation. These are killing it.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, AYB with a $25 donation. Also singing back when we were doing Makar. Just a bunch of A's. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Right here, I'm going to do chest storage again. So I'm going to get storage right here. Primarily. Sorry. There we go. Store this chest. Thankfully, the collision on the sides here, because you're not supposed to walk up, are kind of glitchy, so I can clip through. I can go through this gap.
That was the most casual clip through I've ever
I'm
seen.
sorry. Like, can you go slower to make us all look better? Like, oh
if we
my
were
god.
ahead of schedule, sure, but I think I think I won't have time for that right now.
It's like the walls are made out of butter.
Yeah. Thankfully, right here, we're going to have a very calm boss fight, and this one is going to be exactly like the base game. There is no fancy strats, so this is a great time to just chill, talk, read some donations, anything like that.
Hell yeah.
I might go grab a snack.
I got some more behind me.
Oh, you got some behind
Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm in it for the long run, right? Like, this is such a cool speed run. I don't want to miss a single second. Oh my god.
Yeah, for anyone who's watching at home and really don't want to miss anything super important, you want a snack, the developers have blessed us with a mid-micro food break, thankfully. In the middle of the game, there's going to be a back-to-back cutscene with only like one small out-of-bounds clip. So it's basically just like cutscene. So there's a solid 7 minutes, 8 minutes there of downtime. But the rest is usually short runs.
We have a $3 donation from High Ruler. $1 for every controller Linkus has used so far. Are we going to see any more?
There's only 2 for this one. I think the only game that really worked for my analog stick was I'm a Joy-Cons fan for the Switch, and I have what I like to call a actual Joy-Con graveyard. I think I'm on Joy-Con 12.
Oh my god.
Because wiggling the analog stick for some Breath of the Wild glitches really wears out the Joy-Cons. Maybe next year, if there's one, you guys could see that. Otherwise, go to speedrun.com/Breath of the Wild. A bunch of amazing runners who run that game.
We have
recommend it. I recommend to check out any Zelda runs, honestly. Slightly biased, but yeah, it's fun.
I agree. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's this beautiful thing. I think this is why Zelda and Mario speedruns are so kind of popular, is that when you get to Zelda, if you watch one, you will realize that what really defines a Zelda run is its glitches. Somehow, almost every game in the franchise has absurd glitches that are just so fascinating. While like Super Mario games might not have as many glitches, but they have like some of the best movement out there. So it's this beautiful hybrid, and That's why part of why I really love Wind Waker and why I stuck with this one so much is because there's so many movement-based tricks. So it's both movement and glitches. Because I used to also speedrun a lot of Mario games. That's how I started streaming this through Luigi's Mansion. So.
Oh my god.
Look, yeah, it looks like there's a lot of varied techniques and just the things that you're doing.
Yes. Could you be a little more specific? Sorry.
Just state the obvious.
I'm smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I wrote my name on the top of the page.
Do you mean like the glitches I've been doing in general?
Yeah, they feel very varied.
Yeah, they were very varied. I mean, like, all the ledges are going to be different for the storage. All the super systems are going to be different. They're all fundamentally, almost all of them are still based upon that one exploit I explained earlier of storage, right? You can play in a non-playable state. However, there are so much variety in how you can do. So this super sim coming up right here, the last one during Endless Night, is going to be incredible. Because not only are we going to super swim, we are going to super swim in the air as well.
Whoa.
Why not add another layer?
Yeah, exactly. So you are going to get to see that in a second.
If we want a space launch in this game, we'll get it.
Sounds like a varied technique.
Yeah, you know, a mashable, non-mashable, varied, you know, -1.
Yeah.
We have a $25 donation from Mason. Let's go, Linkus. Excited to see my favorite run in person.
Thank you. Yeah, please, if you're watching from home, don't forget to donate. Remember, this is all for a good cause, all right? We're getting money for spinal cord injuries and food. Who doesn't love food? Especially people who are less fortunate than us. Absolutely need it. So if you have any spare cash, we really recommend you to donate right now. It's for a good cause, so why not? And if you, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, even if you want to get a T-shirt, some of that still goes to charity. If you leave a like on this live stream, if you're watching on YouTube,
so what? 30 cents? What is it? Every like is 30 cents that Lud gives to charity.
I don't remember how many exactly, but yeah, he donates.
I think it's 10.
10 cents.
10
cents.
Yeah,
10
yeah.
cents.
So even if you have absolutely no money to donate, which is totally fine, you can still support it completely for free by just clicking one button on YouTube. So definitely recommend if you do that. But anyways, now when we are through with those cutscenes, and like I said, we're coming up to like the middle part. That's why we have a good amount of cutscenes here. I'm gonna get storage, and here I'm gonna do the same thing I did earlier. Basically, I'm gonna get storage while the text is on screen. That's just so I can skip a cutscene while super swimming for later, if I can time this trick.
It's only frame perfect.
I keep being a frame late. I want to blame the monitor, but at the same time, I feel like it's maybe a skill issue, but this is very strange.
I think I'm speaking for everyone when I don't think any of us can get this. Not without the practice and work you put in.
I don't think I could do it with the practice.
Yeah, so right here is one of my favorite newer techniques. This got implemented only a few years ago. So I'm going to combine the use of Tingle's Greedy Shop and super swimming. So you see how the air meter is pretty low already? So you cannot get through the entire ocean. And I'm just going to show you on the map. I want to go here. That's pretty far away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start purchasing a Tingle balloon on my Game Boy Advance. And then you're going to see what I'm going to do right here. So now when I have this much speed, I'm going to start. I'm going to get an angle towards this island here. And then I'm going to get an area fill by simply just walking in the air.
What?
And that maintains all my speed. And you can see now my air meter is full because, hey, I just left and re-entered the water. That's how it works.
That's how. Yeah, you're right. That is how it works.
Exactly. And now, hopefully, if I'm not bad, I should be able to make it down here to Outset Island. And never had to make a single stop on the way. Beautiful. All right.
Wow.
And then here we can finally say goodbye to Endless Night. By the way, here's where you're supposed to go after getting bombs. We've finally made it here. We've caught up. We're going to void out by purpose on that wire wind, which is kind of if you fail to break the wall that's on the back here. That's what you're supposed to do with the bombs. So I'm gonna get. Oh, by the way, I have a lot of text boxes here because I've never talked to King Red Lions. I've been ignoring this whole time, so he has a lot to get through. Some drama dumping. He will do that a few times.
We do have some donations.
Yeah, go right ahead. I'm just gonna break a wall and go through a cutscene, so this is a great time for donations.
Yeah. Well, great timing. We got a $200 donation from Anonymous.
Oh. Incredible.
That says food.
Yeah.
We have a $7 donation from $7 Train for Linkus 7. And then another $7 donation, a 7 for Linkus 7.
A 7?
Are we getting a $7 Linkus 7 train?
That would be crazy.
We have a $25 donation from Jeremy. Much love, guys. Amazing for you all to do this.
You know, I didn't tell you this before, Eric.
Yeah, what's up?
But that is why I made it Linkus 7 back when I wanted to play like old Facebook games in like 2008,
back in 2000. Oh,
that
really?
That was why I made it Linkus 7, because I knew that this day would come, or a $7 donation train would finally come.
The June 2nd, 2024 would come around, knowing that we're going to get a. Well, we got a $100 donation.
How about that?
Oh my God! From Paul, Linkus, this speedrun has been insane. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, appreciate
You're
it.
incredible at it, man. You're crazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry that it's a lot, but trust me when I say that it just gets more and more fun. And once you kind of understand, like I said, the basics, it is such an incredible run, and it has such variety and glitches. It doesn't, like, I think Germa put it perfectly, that even though technically I'm still just doing storage, the ways that you can do storage truly never ends. So it still feels refreshing anywhere you go.
Oh my God! Look at all the $7 donations we got going on.
Yo!
Yeah,
It's happening.
Oh, I can see it.
It's happening.
Oh, they're flying in. Yeah.
They're flying in.
Let's do it!
Oh my God! 7 train,
What are
go
we at?
Linkus, go! And shout out to the
122.
late night crowd and the couch casters. Thank you,
Yeah.
Abby Bagel. Appreciate it.
Keep me updated, because I can't see the tracker, but chat, can we, during this run, hit 130K?
Oh,
Let's see if we can do
we
it.
can hit 130K.
right,
Let's get
right.
that $7
Right.
train. Let's keep
Oh,
going.
yeah.
Oh my
Keep
God!
it up.
Oh my God! Do a keg stand for $7.
I don't even know what that is.
Choo Choo, $7 for Linkus. Ovaltine, Jenkins, couch train. Oh, keep it up. Oh my God! This is crazy.
That's a lot of sevens.
That's a lot of sevens.
Thank you.
Seven, more.
More sevens. Oh my God, there's so many. I'm so impressed. I think we can get to 130K.
Every couple of seconds is a new 7. Just, wow.
They're all going. Some people just name 7.
Some people name 7.
Yeah.
Also, quickly, we're done with King of Red Lions. I don't want to sail anymore, so we're going back to super swimming, but it was nice while it lasted.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to see you sail at this point.
Thank you, David Cockrings, for the 7.
I have
Classic.
I have one more sailing section that
classic
lasts
David
about 5
Cochran.
seconds.
Love that guy.
So we have another 5-second sailing section after a cutscene because it spawns us in him. Otherwise, I don't think there's another part where we actually use the boat. He's just that slow. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's fine. Yeah, you have to be really careful. So I haven't shown this because I would just lose, but Link does not perfectly move 180 degrees. He's actually moving slightly off axis. So I'm going to show you right now. This is how he spins if I hold straight up. So I have to perfectly navigate slightly outside of perfectly up, which is really hard when you have these thick notches that wants to snap you into a perfect up, to at all control what is happening throughout all of this. So there's a lot of stuff happening, but we got this.
Oh my God, we have a $77 donation.
Yo, one-upping everybody
I have
else?
to scroll because there's so many. It's from StatStat. All 7s. I'm going to count all of these. I'm going to get you a final count of the 7 train. I got you.
Yeah, can you count? So wait, actually, so we don't miss any. Can you count with your hands? Actually, guess we're gonna miss any. So anytime someone comes up, you just add one.
There's not enough fingers.
We've
Well, we got
got 30.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no. People in the back.
Anyone in the back?
We need
There
more
was something on the
hands.
couch.
We need
the
more
hands up.
hands in the back.
I'm up to 34, 35.
Okay.
Link is so locked in during all this, might I add. Like, such great focus.
All right.
Ruffles with the 77. Oh, God.
We're going to get a cutscene here. So like I said, in the middle of this game, there's a good amount here. So to summarize the story in case you have had a hard time keeping up, just in case, the general super summarized story of this is we want to save our sister. She got captured. She's stuck in Forsaken Fortress. We can't get her, so we leave. We proceed to go and capture these pearls around these 2 dungeons and from Jabu Jabu, who's the big fish who was in the cave. Once we collect all 3, we can raise the 3rd dungeon in the game, Tower of the Gods. And this was a trial left behind by the gods of Hyrule to make sure that whoever has the chance to enter Hyrule is truly the hero of time, which thankfully we are. So that's why we have some cutscenes right now, because we did so much back-to-back. So this cutscene will raise the 3rd dungeon. Then we have a full dungeon coming up, and after that, we're going to get the other cutscenes, and that's kind of when the lore changes to its endgame lore. But then we just have gameplay of basically no cutscenes for the rest of the game. So it's just like a lot of story stuff that's happening right now. But I do know that we do them slightly out of order, and not everyone can read Japanese, so...
We have a $77 donation from Tim, a $77 donation from Anonymous, a $77 donation from Wettles. I have counted 103 individual $7 donations.
Are you serious? That's
so
incredible.
Far. This is crazy, insane. Let's keep it up, guys.
That is incredible. Yeah, honestly, claps to you guys at home. That is incredible.
More 7s.
Shout outs to you guys for helping out an amazing cause.
107 now. I'm still counting.
Yeah.
Can we hear an explanation of barrier skip at some point?
Oh, it's coming up. Don't worry. That's coming up.
Just wait 5 minutes.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
It's one of the most known glitches in Zelda speedrunning.
I actually it was the holy grail of you're a PlayStation runner.
I am.
And I'm curious. I feel like you might know about barrier skip. Or heard of it, that its existence, because it was. I would want to make the claim that almost in the speedrunning community, it was kind of one of the holy grails of speedrunning.
Absolutely.
In the game's design, basically, you get access to Hyrule already after this dungeon, a third of the way through the game. But you can see Ganon's Tower. It's the end of the game, but there is this big barrier standing in the way. And as a speedrunner, it's almost like a challenge. You know what I mean? It's like, if we can just get through this one wall, we can get through every other wall. You know what? You want to see an example of how I feel about walls? This is what we do normally with walls, right? Like, we just get right through them. So they normally aren't a big problem, but this wall is very special. I'm going to explain all of it when we get there so you can get some visuals along with it. But for a very long time, it was the holy grail of speedrunning, but after absolutely years and years of research, it was found. When it was found, there is millions of views of different YouTube videos that cover the glitch. It is truly a crazy glitch. For context, the any % speedrun, which, if you don't know, is basically beat the game as fast as possible with any strategies available. The speedrun went from 4 hours to under 1 hour thanks to barrier skip. So it saved about 3 hours, which let's just say is a lot of time in speedrunning. Because it's not like we didn't have glitches to make the first 4 hours fast already, as you probably noticed. Right there, by the way, is another beautiful little hint from Tingle. Now, actually, Point Crow.
Yes.
If you can come up here, I'm going to demonstrate everybody that a lot of these glitches that I'm doing are not too impossible. If you come up here quickly, Point Crow, I'm quickly going to have you actually perform this one trick. So I'm going to set this up, and I'm going to show everybody at home that a lot of these cool glitches you can try on a casual playthrough, and it is not bad. I apologize that this controller is a bit sweaty. I'm very tired. But anyways, so here is what I want you to do right now. I want you to tap R and just... So I want you to lay like this, right? And then release release R and just spam the A button. You got it?
So just release R and spam the A button.
Yeah, so wait, so first crawl, so tap forward. Now tap back 2 times so you're in front of him. Yep. Now let go of R and spam A. And he clips through the floor.
What?
Great job, yeah. And that saves, okay, now probably 0 seconds, but that saves a good amount of time normally. It skips the floor. So there's a lot of glitches that I have done throughout this run that are not too difficult. So right there, a beautiful, simple exploit where you're too far away to pick up the statue through the floor. But if you're crawling, you're close enough to where the game would normally let you pick it up. But when you're crawling, the developers thought of it and went, no, you cannot pick up anything when you're crawling. But during the standing up animation, Link is still kind of down there. So during that entire animation of standing back up, as long as you tap A during that time, you pick him right through, and you save some time. And yeah, this is also, I kind of brushed over it. You saw that out of bounds clip I did earlier. That skipped half the dungeon, by the way. So we're only doing the second half, but yeah, it was just a wall clip that you've seen before.
The second half's better anyway.
Yeah.
You don't miss much.
Exactly.
Micro, now you actually
I am a certified. I'm a certified Wind Waker speedrunner now.
Yes.
That's right.
You know, this is technically one of the first co-op Wind Waker runs, so we should have maybe
World record. Dare I say?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
With the 7 train is still going on. We have
going.
134 now.
Oh my God.
Individual
Incredible.
$7 donations. I am still counting. Get those $7 in for that. Let's go. Linkus 7.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm also realizing during this, I'm so used to having like OBS on the side because I'm never realized how often like I need to fix my hair from falling on my face. But without having the little thing here, I keep being like, is it on my face?
Are you really
Oh, yeah.
speedrunning if you're not looking good doing it, you know?
Exactly. Right here, I'm supposed to, by the way, like build a bridge, play the command melody I learned to get through this entire room. But I did this setup right here. So hopefully if I do all frame perfect side ops right here by tapping left and A at the same time, with this angle I have, I can get just barely past that and skip that. And that saves about half a minute.
That was a pretty fucking varied technique.
It is
He's a
very
little
pretty.
salty over there. He's a little salty, you know.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Now, here's an exploit that I wish existed in hard games. We talked about Elden Ring before. This would be an amazing exploit for harder games. So, Wind Waker only has 1 health bar, but some enemies, like this guy, has an armor. So what Nintendo did was the damage you deal is on the armor, and then when it breaks off after you get it to 0, it resets the health bar. But that can be exploited. So I'm going to spin attack to take all the damage. He's 1 hit away from breaking the armor now. Then I'm gonna knock it off instead of breaking it. And because of that, he's 2 hits away and he's dead. Because I didn't let the game reset the health bar.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's a lot of amazing small techniques like that that is all over the place. I can't mention all of them, but it's just such a cool speedrun. I can't stop nerding out about this game.
Please never. This is so entertaining. I'm glued to the screen. I've had food to eat like behind me for the past 30 minutes. And I'm like, I don't want to get up.
I don't even know what time it is.
Yeah.
I don't even. It could be 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't even know.
Thank you guys. Yeah, right here, I'm going to only take down one of these skulls. Hopefully, if I don't get absolutely screwed by that guy, I should be able to get through pretty smoothly here. We're coming up on the last statue. I usually call this on stream a auto-scroller dungeon because, like, there's really not much you can do to speed this up, unfortunately. In the middle of this room...
Skipped half of it.
Okay, that's true, but the second half of the dungeon... The second half of the dungeon, there's a portal that will spawn in the middle of that pedestal. That's why you need these 3 statues to kind of activate it. And like the loading zone does not exist, at least to our knowledge, until you've gotten all 3 of these statues. So there's some small strats you've seen now throughout that just speed it up. But the fundamental aspect of like getting all 3, there's no way around. So we have to do that. Also, I need to play a little bit with my Game Boy Advanced.
You're like those those TikTok memes where it's like, oh, I gotta play Subway Surfers on the background in order to play my games now.
Here's another, by the way, beautiful showcase of like how if you like are confident, it's easier than if you're scared. So there is a huge kind of maze here where you have to go on these platforms. But if you're just confident and you just go straight for it, it is actually perfectly cycled up, so you don't have to do any of it. And then I just void out to get back to the door. Right here, I just have to hope that I don't get bad luck with these keys hitting me down while I'm climbing. I don't really have any... Okay. I don't really have any items to help me for that. I'm gonna make this go up. Then we're gonna jump off here. Don't hit me. Thank you. Oh my god.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
Now, here's a really cool demonstration of outsmarting Nintendo. So I'm sure you've noticed that, even casually, this Game Boy Advance thing is very overpowered if you have the rupees. I can walk in the air, I can heal wherever I want. So some rooms, they've actually disabled the Tingle Tuner. And this next room is one of those. So you saw that there was kind of like 2 scales there. So there's a full puzzle I'm supposed to do with this. So I cannot use the Tingle Tuner in the room. However, if I start to purchase an item in this room, and you can see, by the way, underneath, when it turns like bright green is when it kicks in, the Tingle Balloon will kick in, I immediately open the door, and it just barely lasts long enough to where I can walk past and skip the puzzle. So there are aspects in the game where they really did think about it. Now, I turned off my Game Boy Advance. I will not have to use this again for about another 40 minutes or so. So now there's only one controller, finally. And we can kind of relax.
Oh, well, you had 2, right? Because you had the one that's good for that one trick. It was Super Swim and everything else, and then...
yeah, Super Swimming, then the Game Boy, and then the Play controller.
That's crazy, man. That's real crazy.
So I'm curious if, do you think does the community think there's other places to save a ton of time in this run?
No, unfortunately not.
Is it like really close to being like almost as good as it could be?
Yes, so there have been a few strats that were tasks only, but as time has gone on and more people, especially 2020, COVID, everyone had too much time on their hands. Right. Let's just say that most glitches that were like, oh, no one will want to do this, just ended up being done. So that, manual super swim trick implemented. There's another glitch where, like that mashing trick I did. There is a way in
the zombie hover, right?
Zombie hover, where you can skip one of the final bosses of the game. But it required you to do that perfectly, not dropping it almost at all, for 2 minutes almost.
Whoa.
And that was task only and known for over 10 years. Now you need to do it to get the world record.
Oh,
wow.
So there's almost no strats that are left. And this community, this was one of the incredible things, actually. So remember I mentioned like barrier skip can get you to the end of the game, and it would completely change everything. So people ended up data mining this game and looking at all the flags, all the layers, and everything. So before, I think 5 years or something before we found barrier skip, we already had the optimal route for if barrier skip was found, because we wanted it so badly that people made cheat codes to get through it. So you would do a normal run, but use a cheat to get past that one part. Yeah, this game has been figured out for a very long time. If you've been around speedrunning for a long time, you'll probably know that around, in between, I would say the era of 2012 to 2015, arguably Wind Waker was as big, if not bigger, than even Ocarina of Time was at that time. It's fallen a little bit out of the limelight of recent years, but try to bring it back. But yeah, it's still an incredible game, and so many new things are found. I actually do have one new glitch that was found that saves 20 seconds. I will do in this run, and it is very precise, and I think once you see it, you will understand why. So, to explain to you, Jerma, when you ask, is there anything left to be found? The most recent glitches that were found were so precise that they are float value perfect. Now, if that doesn't mean anything to people at home, you don't know what a float is, don't worry about it. What you need to know is this. It is so precise that a community member wrote a program that can run dozens of instances of Wind Waker at the same time. So he let his computer run for days in a row to try every single value against walls and corners to see could you theoretically clip through them. Because it is so precise that a human could never in a lifetime discover it. So we literally have computer programs running to try and see if wall clips are possible. That is how far the community has gotten.
That's insane.
That's unbelievable.
Hey, you say all this, but some speedrun explained history video down the line will say, oh, and then they found this weird new thing.
Yeah.
And it saved an hour.
Yeah. The entire run has been gone. You say this arbitrary code execution hasn't been found on Wind Waker yet.
I hope not. Never. Please not.
You don't want to do Ace?
No. So I know this game is very glitch heavy, but in my preference, I love when there is a good hybrid of I'm playing the game with the glitches as my assistants. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe you just think it's all a glitch fest here.
Yeah, you don't want the game to be the glitch.
Yeah, exactly. There's still like a lot of original stuff coming in here. It's just that glitches can speed up or skip certain parts, but the other stuff is like intact. So I know some people love the integrity of basically programming the game, if you don't know what arbitrary code execution is, but I think it to be a bit more boring when you're kind of just doing purely nonsense, programming the game, and then you warp to the end. So I like having to kind of play up there. Now we're coming up towards Hyrule, the main part, and we're coming up on the hardest part very soon. But before that, I need to get down to Hyrule itself. Thankfully, there's some things to speed it up. Nintendo forgot to put collision underneath here, so I can kind of just flip through and activate the cutscene.
God, that'll never get old. That's so cool.
Also, I stopped for the meme ringing the bell. It's supposed to ring during that cutscene. You can hear here it continues, but the game doesn't actually check if you're ringing it as long as you're grappling it. So for the meme, I just stopped. But yeah, we have a cutscene right here. So if you want to read a few donations, feel free.
Oh, we have tons. Oh my God. We have a $77 donation from Noah and Amanda. Favorite game ever, favorite speedrunner. Super happy to be catching this live. Also, love the cause and super happy to support it.
Thank you.
We have a $77 donation from Anonymous. Guys, this is a $7 train. You're getting 77s. Sheesh. Oh my God. We're up to, God, it's like 149. I'm starting to lose count.
What's the 7 count?
It's like 149, I think, right now. Like,
yeah.
140, like 150 if you count the 77s. Like,
Wow.
Oh my God. $25 donation from Hyper. Hyper can't wait. 144p Hypercam tutorial from 2008. That's their name. This is such an amazing speedrun. Thank you for the great entertainment.
Of course, thank you for watching.
Oh, there's so many. I have to scroll back. Yeah, Waffles, $77 donation. $7 train. So glad I get to watch Linkus showcase this amazing run. Keep it up, everybody.
Thank you. Now, for this part, this is where, if you ever watch me run this game live, this is where 80 to 90% of runs die. So, unfortunately for the run, after you pass all the early game stuff, this category, unfortunately, has basically put all the hardest glitches back to back to back. So, I have 5 brutal glitches that I have to perform within the span of 10 minutes. And some of them just lose time, and some of them will straight up just kill my run by soft locking or doing other shenanigans. But when we get to that, it's going to be, I'm going to try and explain as well as I can. I might slow down for just barrier skip to really make you understand that one, because it's very complex. But all the other stuff will hopefully go well. That being said, now we're in Hyrule. Before I get into the main room, I'm going to do one thing since it's a marathon, which is I'm going to get 1 extra piece of magic. If I have perfect magic management, I don't need it. But in case I miss 1 singular leaf pump, I would like it. I actually haven't mentioned it. Every time I leaf, I do a very precise trick, because you're losing height when you're flying with the leaf slowly. But anytime you take out the leaf, Link kind of does a hook animation to kind of start off. So I do leaf pumps every time I fly to maintain my height. So what I do when I leaf is I press A, and then I think 2 or 3 frames later, I take my leaf out again. So I'm kind of doing this rhythm of A and X to maintain it. But if I accidentally press X too early, then I'll just like fall and void out. So it's quite important to have some extra magic. Right here, I'm supposed to do a long puzzle. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to clip inside of this pillar.
It's speedrunner's laziness.
Yeah. Then I'm going to fall underneath the map.
I don't want to complete this puzzle, so I practiced this trick for 30 hours.
Yeah. So I just never do it again.
Honestly,
that looks so cool.
True.
But yeah, so let's have a break. Let's do some donations.
Hello there. Sir.
Yeah. This is the last cutscene we're going to enjoy before we get into the biggest glitch fest of the run. So let's get some donations. Let's have a good time, and then let's get into the real part.
Well, we got a $7 donation from 5 brutal glitches.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah, whoa, it's the guy. $7 donation from Anonymous, from Nyla, Any Seveners, Million77, 177, 7, Dingle McBingleberry, with the $7, you know. Hey, I don't know these names, man. We got a $10 donation from Sweden Raccoon. Love what you guys are doing. I've been watching for over 14 hours now. Love from Sweden. And keep up the great work.
All right.
Tack så hemskt mycket. Yeah, I'm Swedish, by the way, in case I didn't say that already.
Linkus, you give huge Swedish energy.
Yeah, thank you. Good.
We have a $7 donation from Cubper. This run is absolutely crazy, and Linkus7 is a god at this game. Thank you for a great cause, and good luck.
Thank you. I also want to say before we get into like all the crazy glitches here, I might be good at running this game, but honestly, this run would not be possible without the community members who are the true champions who are finding these glitches, because that's where like I think people kind of forget like how many hours people are spending to look for these glitches and make these run possible. And all I do is I just play them, right? I just do the glitch. So really huge shout out to the Wind Waker community. They're an incredible community, and they're very, very helpful. So if you are interested at all to pick up this game, I heavily recommend joining the Speedrun Discord. You will find it on speedrun.com. They're very helpful. They're amazing people, and I definitely recommend it to check them out.
We have a $77 donation from StatStat. Is it bad that every time Linkus says a but before, I'm expecting him to launch into an ad break? And then $77 from Alex and Tiffany. Love this game. Thank you for everyone putting on this event. These are so sweet. Oh my god. We might reach 100, 130.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, what, 124 right now?
Yeah. Oh, we just crossed 124,000. Oh my god.
Incredible.
Oh, we're getting there.
Okay.
Give it up, guys.
So, this is barrier skip. So I'm going to stop for just a second to explain it. So, I'm in Hyrule. You were here a third of the game way through. You see that tower? That's Ganon's tower. The only thing standing in my way is a barrier. This was undefeated for a long time. There's two parts to this barrier. An invisible wall and a knockback part. The first thing I'm going to do is do a glitch to cancel the knockback part. So if you're ever outside of the cylinder, you will get knockback. If you take the Wind Waker on the same frame though, my damage from ability frame ends, I've canceled it. So now I'm past it. But you can see there's still an invisible wall. I can't get through. Well, for a long time, we couldn't skip through this. You can't grab this railing. You can't get through it. There's no chest to get chest storage, anything like that. However, do you see very closely there, if you're looking, that like it kind of like goes in the middle there? It's not a perfect cylinder. You see there, like right, left of my feet, if I go here? You see how this kind of goes into the middle? So there is 1 pixel of the invisible wall that is missing. So I'm going to try and do a ridiculous precise setup here. So this might take me a few tries, hopefully we get it. So second try frame. So I need to do 8 frame perfect side hops in a row. To first get in the middle part. Second frame, come on. 1 second, sorry. I can't time it. I'm gonna blame the monitor, even though it's probably my fault. I'm overthinking it.
You got this. You got this, Linkus.
Sorry. I can't time it. Hold on. Okay, so hopefully I did that. So now when I'm in the middle, I need to do a very precise one. So, you know, like, it's 360 degrees, you can look around in any direction here. Well, the game can actually register about 65,000 values for 360 degrees. And I have an 11-unit window in those 36,000 to get this angle. So, with this setup I did, if I did it correctly, by spinning around here 2 times and then pausing in a specific frame, I will hopefully have the angle value. So, if I did everything right now, hopefully what will happen is I will take out a bomb and spin the camera around again, and if I could drop the bomb at a specific frame, I will hopefully be pushed in the exact value where that 1 pixel of barrier is missing.
Wow.
And we get through.
Wow!
Woo! Wow.
And yeah, that is what both a lot of smart people and computers was able to help out with. Because it is so ridiculous precise. Like a pixel, I think people overuse pixel perfect, honestly, in speedrunning sometimes. But that is literally basically pixel perfect. And there are other clips with that same strat that are going to be float value perfect, meaning that you couldn't even visually tell the difference. So the setups are going to be even more precise. But thankfully now once I'm past it, I can get into Ganon's tower. I'm not going to beat the game. I still have some dungeons left. But getting here early gives me access to a shortcut for later in the game to skip all the endgame cutscenes and some items.
Wow.
Now, I have some problems, which is that even though I'm in the end of the game early, there's a lot of stuff that's coming up. So here is the trials. This is kind of a staple in the Zelda games. So all of these have inspired themes from each dungeon. So you kind of go through the main dungeons in extra time, and you have to re-fight the boss. And if you do all 4 of them, you can get through. However, that's very slow, and I don't even have the items to beat all those dungeons. I haven't even done all of them yet, right? So I'm going to try and do a very precise roll clip here, and this one is a lot worse than the other one. So I need to focus in here. So I need to do a partial ledge clip by timing my leaf very precisely here, and then I'm gonna need to do a frame perfect roll clip followed up by perfect leaf bumps. Just barely. Nice.
Woo! First try!
That was incredibly
Oh my
good.
god!
Wow, that's insane.
Now, like I said, 5 tricks back to back. So now I need to unlock a shortcut warp. This should normally for a casual be super easy. You have a boomerang, it's a puzzle, you do 3, 1, 4, 2. I don't have the boomerang, so I need to use the bow and arrow. But you aim so slowly in this game that you basically don't have time to aim. So this setup, to be able to do this with the bow and arrow, requires 8 frame perfect inputs with the setup. So I need to hit basically go here, 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 and here. And I can't do it manually because it's so precise. So hopefully I can get all 8 of these buffers perfectly. So I'm gonna... Oops. Okay. Oh, come on. I wasn't a frame early. I think it is 1 input. I missed, damn it. So my initial, I got the frames all the way up until there, but my initial position on this bow shot here must have been slightly off. That sucks, that's fine. Yeah, this is a very precise trick, and I'm having, this pause timing is slightly different on this TV, but it's gonna be fine. We're gonna get it right now. Okay, shot. Got it.
Wow!
Okay.
Wow! Oh my god!
That was awesome.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's very, very precise. However, fun fact, if you play this in HD, this trick becomes trivial because thanks to motion controls, you can do this and technically do it. But yeah, on this version, you basically have to pause buffer unless you're a task. And the main reason for it, if you're wondering, like, can't you just get better aim, Linkus, and do it? The main problem is that not only is it super precise where you need to shoot, but you need to hold like angles. So you would need to be able to go from, for example, holding all the way left and to all the way right, all the way left, down to up in like singular frames, and you could just not do it that fast with your thumb. But now we got that shortcut to go back to the overworld. Here's Phantom Ganon's mace. Normally you're supposed to fight him in each one of these rooms, and it kind of points in the right direction. But the order is always down, left, up, left, right, up. So by just memorizing that, you can get through it. Also at the end here, there's a bonus room, which is a secret, which I don't know why they put it here, because you would have no idea. You would have to purposely go the wrong direction in the last room here to find it. So it's a very big secret, but if you go in here, you can get some rupees, which is going to be needed, because Tingle is very expensive. You can see I have to use him quite a lot. Get some more equipment here. And take some damage. Okay. Now, I have about a minute of breather here before we get to Forsaken Fortress. which is going to be the hardest part. Now, I will actually let the commentators decide.
Oh.
So there is a trick coming up in the next era for Forsaken Fortress 2 with chest doors, basically climbing walls and going out of bounds. The fastest strat that I would do in a record pace run would require me to do it literally blind. The screen turns black. You wouldn't see what I'm doing, but it would be 10 seconds faster. Alternatively, you can see what I'm doing, and it would lose 10 seconds. So, would you rather see what I'm doing, or would you prefer to just kind of do an honor to the blindfolded and do a very risky strat? No pressure, but...
I think it's impressive we don't see, but I kind of do want to see what it is.
I kind of want to see what's going on, too.
Because I think it would be cooler to show what you can see, but at the same time, it's such a cool thing if you see it visually.
Let's see it visually because we want to see how cool it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just knowing that you can do it without is crazy.
Okay.
That's incredibly impressive.
So in that case, technically, then there was only, thankfully for me, 4 really bad glitches I have to worry about here.
Yay!
All right.
Yeah, the hardest one is coming up afterwards. So we're going to go back to saying words. Now, this is a shortcut that is sort of like when you're at the end of the game, you're ready to beat the game. If you want to kind of like 100% it, you can use this as a shortcut to get back in and out of the overworld right to the end of the game. But by unlocking this early now, I can thankfully use it for later. So I'm going to move this boat forward now since I'm doing the save strat, because I'm actually going to have to talk to him here. And here I'm going to fight Phantom Ganon now. Now, he is very luck-based. This sucks. He can either spawn on the ground or spawn in mid-air. It's a 50-50% chance. You save about, I think, 5 to 10 seconds every time he spawns on the ground, so it's very punishing when you're doing a record-paced run. Right here, though, I mean, the more time for charity, right? So it's fine, but let's see how many ground spawns we can get. 1. Good. I still never got a 3 out of 3 here, by the way. The best I've gotten is a 2 out of 3. So if I get 3 out of 3 here, I might almost be upset and excited at the same time.
That's 2 out of 3.
Let's see it. Let's go.
No.
Ah!
One day it will happen.
One of these days.
Also, I can't use light arrows on him if you're curious. This is a very custom Phantom Ganon. Nintendo tried really hard to not let you sequence break, so they made sure you can only deal damage to him with the Master Sword. It worked. You know, it didn't work out so great for them, but it was a very good gesture and attempt, at least, to stop us.
We have a couple of donations.
We're coming up on a cutscene soon, so gonna have to do this first trick.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Just let me know.
So here now, I'm gonna slightly change up the strat so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna get chest storage here. Oops. Yeah, so this one is a different way to get storage. This one is harder. So because there's no ledge I can get it from, I have to walk into a bomb. The bomb will push me so I can't clip inside of it. And then I have to basically time it perfectly. And it's a lot harder. And this is the one area on the GameCube version that lags. This is why the storage sucks. Okay, got it. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to store this text. This is the bonus step so you can see what I'm doing. If you just open up that chest, you wouldn't see anything. It would turn pitch black. So we're going to have this text box on the screen. So the text box instead is what's going to interrupt this chest. And now we want to get to the end of Forsaken Fortress, but it takes a while to get there. So I'm going to walk up this wall. I'm going to jump to the side. And then I'm going to walk here on this side.
This is ridiculous.
We're going to walk up here, get through here, and then this wall looks, this looks good pretty much too. So we're going to walk up here, jump straight through this wall because high up the collision is missing, and we are now in Helmrock's lair.
What?
And yeah, for context, everything I just did there, in a record pace run, I do that with a pitch black screen. The only thing I have to slightly help me is the map. So that's why I'm saying it's very risky. So... yeah, but yeah, we have a little bit of a breather here. We have a short cutscene, and then we have the hardest glitch in the run. So let's read some donations, calm down. Well, I'm going to calm down. And then let's get into it.
Well, we have a $77 donation from Anonymous, which is huge. We have a $25 donation from Linking Boy. We have another $7 donation from Do a Keg Stand.
He wants that keg
He
stand.
really wants it. He really
What
wants
even
it.
is a kickstand?
You drink a shitload of beer. You grab the keg. You stand up. You put your legs to the ceiling and you drink.
What?
It
Is that what you do in
sucks.
America?
If we reach 130,000, Linkus said he would do a keg stand. That was true, and
Can
that's
I
real.
swap the beer to wine? I don't drink beer.
Yeah.
Actually, that might even be worse at the actually. I don't know. If I can walk after
That would be
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Yeah.
We have a $10 donation from Golden Curse. Linkus is godlike. Wind Waker was me and my brother's first Zelda game and his favorite series. Great work.
Thank you.
We got a $77 donation before of Barrier Skip Pog from Genj. Arlie with a $77 donation. Just saying awesomeness. That's what this run is. That's huge. $17 donation from Hey, saying hey. You guys are really creative with these.
Nice.
And a $50 donation from Fritzy. Thanks for hosting Fast50 and helping a great cause. We are up to 177
How much, sir?
$7 donations.
177.
What's the total at?
177 individual $7 donations.
Incredible.
Incredible. $7
everybody.
for Linkus 7.
Also, yeah, the pirate, by the way, we never spawn him in the game, so it's just going to fly away.
Burn the witch! Burn!
Oh, yeah.
She
we never-
floats!
We never
ya.
got the pirates. Now, this is the hardest trick in the game. I hope I can get it first try. This is the trick that has killed the most runs for me. I wish I could say I could do it safely, but there's no safe way to do it. I'm going to save. If I fail it, since I make a safety save, it's a roughly 3-minute time loss for each attempt, so hopefully first or second try, because it's quite a big time loss. And the reason it's so difficult is not just its precision, but this trick has 3 glitches in one. The skip is so long that it takes 2 minutes to perform, so there's 3 tricks in it. So, safety save first, and then the first step is the only calm part. We're just going to roll up the tower. But once we get to the top, we have a lot of stuff to do. So, my main objective here is to leave this room. If I were to save and quit right now, I get put back here. I had to watch this cutscene for a bunch of complicated internal flags to be set. Basically, to avoid you from sequence breaking, I can't watch endgame cutscenes in early game, and the game basically changed that flag. So now the game thinks I'm in endgame, and I can start sequence breaking endgame stuff. But to get out of here, my only option is go to high roll, and that takes minutes. So what I'm going to do instead is basically get out of bounds is my first step. So first thing, I need to get behind this bird. Is he going to peck me? Okay, I'm going to take damage on the spikes. So the first thing I'm going to do is abuse this trigger. So if you see her up here, he's here. If I go here, he flies up. But if I walk in between this trigger, he will just go higher and higher and higher. You can see there it delayed him. So I need to do a very precise out of bounds clip here by walking back and forth over this trigger right here.
This is a crazy glitch.
So this is step number 1. This is still hard, but it's the easier one because even when he's high up, I need to get a very precise ledge clip to still be pushed out of bounds here. But hopefully it goes well. Okay, so let's see if we can get it. So go in the corner, turn right. Okay, so that's the first step. So that's 1 out of 3.
Nice.
So now I'm going to take a little bit of damage. I need to be at half a heart. I need to be careful here. Then, for the second part, and I need to get to the door while out of bounds, which is easier said than done. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to line myself up against this wall and go here. Now, there's a bunch of invisible walls that will try and push me back into bounds, so I'm going to have to do this very carefully. So I'm going to go around here, and I'm still taking me out of bounds. There's still an invisible wall left of me that's kind of stopping you from normally getting here. To get storage here. Okay. So, now, like I said, we're still in the second part, which is to get to the top of the door. This is very easy and can very easily fail. So, I'm going to hopefully be able to navigate this. These collisions I'm about to get to is super glitchy. You're going to see that's why it's so hard, because you're not supposed to go out here. So, I have a very small ledge to stand on here, so everything I've done up until this point is not to skip the cutscene, but to get on top of this door to set up the cutscene skip. My hands are sweat. Okay. So, hold on. Okay, so I have now I'm at the top of the door and the setup is done. I have to pause buffer the game, and I have a 3-frame window, which might sound generous, but I have to, during this, do 2 perfect inputs in this 3-frame window. If I miss it, we're gonna redo all of that again. So let's see if we can get it first right. The objective is activate this loading zone, die on the next frame, then void out while the loading zone is taking. All 3 at the same time. Frame late on the leaf, it didn't work, we're gonna have to redo it.
Oh my god,
Fortunate.
this is incredible. Oh my god.
That sucks.
Oh, you got it the second time though. Oh, easy.
Hopefully a second try, yeah. But if you want, you can resend donations while I reset this glitch up. I'm sorry, it's very hard. Like I said, this is where a lot of runs will die. It's a very precise trick. Every part of it is very, very unforgiving.
Oh, you're killing it, man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, let's go, Linkus.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's incredibly intense.
The fact that you set all that up to get onto the ledge to do the glitch is incredible. I'm aghast, flabbergasted. Agape. We have a $10 donation from Kawasemi. Thanks Point Crow for accurately representing my reaction to Linkus walking on the wall. Thank you. Linkus Fanboy 7 with the $25 donation. Love your content, Linkus. You help me go throughout the day. Oh yeah.
Thank you.
We have a $20 donation from Anonymous. Thank you so much. And so many $7 donations from Aiden, from Helgren, Matthew, Ideath? I'm so sorry. And Chevin. Love from the better country in the Scandinavian peninsula.
Got some inter-country beef there.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got some warring going on.
It's for charity, so I'm gonna accept the comment.
Begrudgingly. Astro with the $30 donation. Good luck on the rest of your run, Linkus. Here's hoping for a second attempt success. You got this.
Thank you. Yeah, after I'm gonna do this glitch, by the way, there's still a lot of tricks left, but this is the last one that can brutally go wrong, thankfully. So this is the really big last one that I really have to worry about. There is a reason why this run, I set my time estimate a bit over what my PB would be, because there's a lot of these glitches that are just so brutal to do. Even just at home, it's already difficult, and then, you know, while doing it live at a run, makes it even harder. But yeah, hopefully we get it second try. Within 3 attempts, and I consider it a success, because that's about what I thought in my estimate of around... Because I had about 10 minutes to the estimate for this. You can keep reading donations until I get to the top of the door.
Oh, so I'm literally watching.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Sorry.
I'm so locked into this.
I'm
very locked in.
mesmerized by this run. Yes, we got a $7 donation from Mini. Good luck, Linkus.
Yo, shout out to Mini Mini. He is one of the best Wind Waker runners as well. He is an amazing guy, and he's helped me tremendously with learning this category when I first picked it up about 2 years ago. So, because this new old Dungeons route, this category right here didn't exist too many years ago, because this is like the main glitch that was found that really cemented all Dungeons, honestly. This glitch I'm doing right here. Took quite a while to figure out, let's put it that way. So, shout outs to Mini. Incredible runner.
We have a $10 donation from Jimmy. Thank you so much.
Okay. Let's hopefully do this. Maybe. Wait.
Oh.
Yes!
Yeah! Oh my god!
Dude.
Wow!
Okay,
Awesome.
so you can see the Tetris here. I'm in a random ruin. I'm dying. So this is a cut stream that should take you to Hyrule 2. Now, because you're never supposed to be able to play in this room, the game never set a trigger for where you should respawn if you die there. So it defaults to the default location in the game, which is Windfall. So it basically teleports me to the back in the overworld. Just in case, I don't know, I can save again. Okay.
Save one more time, just in case.
Exactly. But yeah, we still got plenty of glitches left, but that said, there's no more that can lose me tremendous amounts of time. I am so relieved.
Woo!
I am so happy right now.
Awesome.
Can I ask why Windfall as the default position?
So I slightly actually agree with you. You would think it's Outset because it's the starting island, but Windfall is technically like the one with the most side quests and missions and NPCs.
Okay.
So I'm guessing that is why it sets it as default. But yeah, right here, I don't have the iron boot, so I can't get up to this statue. Thankfully, the game gives you about a split second before you start sliding when you go up against a strong wind. And that timer gets reset when you take out the Wind Waker, so I can kind of buffer my way up to the stone, break it with the Skull Hammer, and get the stone early. And now we get a little beautiful song cutscene.
It's so bizarre seeing, how you were just sort of at the end, and now you're back here. It's like messing with my casual brain.
Yes.
My little peon,
Yeah, what is happening?
Wait, what are you doing back
That's
here?
right. Hey, yo.
Didn't we
Can we
do
just
this already?
Can we just talk to Grandma real quick,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, are we doing that, by the way? Are we saving Grandma?
We are not. You do actually for 100%, but not for this category. But yeah, no. So, if you play this game, you will be very aware of something called the Triforce Quest. If you ever wondered why Twilight Princess has so many dungeons, it is because this game was rushed in the end of development, and they had to scrap 2 half-completed dungeons, and they were made into Twilight Princess dungeons. And to make up the playtime, Nintendo thought, you know what, instead of making more dungeons, let's just take 8 pieces of a Triforce, scatter it in the ocean, because they probably like fishing. So that's probably the only complaint people have. Basically, up until Wind Temple, it's incredible. And then I like it for exploring, but a lot of people don't like the Triforce Quest. So this whole thing is to make it so that once we're done with the dungeons, we don't basically have to spend an hour sailing around and getting a bunch of Triforce pieces. That's really why we're kind of doing this in this strange order. It's for that shortcut warp. Also, by getting those light arrows early, I am able to one-shot almost every enemy in the game, because it's like the last item you get in the game, and it was made to be overpowered once you beat in the game. So by getting that early, you really get a huge advantage. Once I'm here, this is like a nice breather. We have about another 5 minutes until we get into Earth Temple, which is when glitches are starting to pick up again. I guess I'm super swim, but
Right.
the really crazy stuff. So right now, I'm kind of just picking up some mandatory stuff. I got that Wind Song, which is necessary to get into Wind Temple later on. Right now, I'm going to Fire Mountain. This is where I get the Power Bracelets, and this is necessary for completing Earth Temple. So I'm going to drown against this island. It will respawn me in the boat right next to the island. And it's very important because to enter this island, I need to shoot an ice arrow into the lava, which I can only do through a boat.
That took me forever to figure out casually.
I don't actually know if the game tells you about it. I think it's more of just like, oh yeah, fire and ice.
I thought one of the fish in the water, I think one of them tells you or something like that.
I think you can feed. I think his official name is Fish. I think he's Fishman. I think if you feed him Swedish meatballs, okay, they're called meatballs in the game, but come on, he will in fact give you hints.
Fresh from IKEA.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, when I played this game casually, I didn't realize he gave hints. I thought he only just gave you more maps, so I never read the text. So it didn't really help me a lot. Plus, I couldn't read English when I played this game for the first time, so I had no chance to figure it out either way.
2 timers on the screen.
Oh my god.
True.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
It's a different speed run.
Only got 5 minutes to beat this island. What are we going to do?
We have a couple donations.
Go right ahead.
We have a $25 donation from Brandon, just about to start a 10-hour drive, and the stream will be great for it. Go Linkus!
Perfect. Good luck. Drive safe. Don't text and drive.
We have a $7 donation from Ugu. Hello. I can't. I don't know how to say. How do you do it? That was my Australian accent. You know. Hello.
I thought you were trying to do like a tingle one.
Hello.
The condensation. From Australia, first time seeing a full Wind Waker run. So cool. Thank you, Linkus.
Of course. I mean, I guess you do live on an island, so I guess it makes sense that you like the speedrun. And hey, I can't blame you. Hey, it's a great speedrun.
We have a $13 donation from Keep On Keeping On. Times are passing. You're already here, doing just fine. Oh my god! And we have a $98.50 donation. Woo! From Tacflake. Unbelievable talent in the stream. Great job, everyone. Shout out to the rats. Probably from the Spyro stream. We have a $7 donation from Thalia. This is sick. And then a $7 donation from Hingle McCringleberry. Thank you so much for that.
That is a very good username. Very interesting.
It mystifies me so much,
Yeah.
but I love them all. I really do.
Yeah. So now I'm coming up to Earth Temple. So, yeah, I'm just going to move on from that username. I don't know what else to say.
Does
So,
Hingle McCringleberry not do it for you?
no. So, normally I'm supposed to watch a long cutscene, get medley here. So, if you haven't played the game, these 2 dungeons are special. So, they're not just normal dungeons. You get a companion with you. For this one, it's medley. For the other one, it's my car. Now, you can technically, with some very precise glitches, skip this dungeon, or the skip medley. So this is the new trick, and this is so I can get inside of here without medley to break the song stone. And this one is float perfect, so it is much more precise than barrier skip. Hopefully we can get this first try. So I'm going to do this setup to get this very specific facing value. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to jump slash into this corner to get a position. Then I do a frame perfect backflip. Then I need to crawl, stand up, interrupt the crawl, slash twice, frame perfectly, blow the leaf 3 times. It seems random, trust me, we're getting in a specific float here. Then I'm gonna roll 4 times. Then I'm gonna see up, I'm gonna look left for 8 frames. 1 more frame. Yep. Now I have to pause on a specific frame while I hold a bomb, and then frame perfectly drop it. And if I did the setup correctly and I get that timing right, we will hopefully clip through the wall. Got it.
Wow.
Oh my god.
All right.
Woo! Dude, I half
Nice.
expect you to bake a batch of cookies during that setup. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that was like a recipe. Yeah.
Add a pound of flour here, a couple eggs.
Yeah, it takes a while to learn that setup, I'm going to be honest, because it really didn't make a lot of sense for the first few days of trying to learn it. And I don't know if you could tell, but it's kind of a dark room, so there's not very good visuals to know you did it right. So you just have to grind it enough to get a feel for it. Right here, we are coming up on my favorite dungeon. This is going to be so much fun, chat. So I'm going to safety save just in case, and then we're going to connect the Tingle Tuner, and this guy will be with us for the entire rest of the run. So say welcome and hello back for Tingle. So we're going to connect the Tingle Tuner. It's going to take about 20 seconds, and then we're going to get into this dungeon. So like I said, normally you're supposed to bring medley along here, and the first issue we have is literally the first room. So you're going to see there's going to be 2 pillars in this first room. You're supposed to take medley, put her on one switch, fly to the other switch. You can see here these 2 pillars here, and get through it that way. However, like I said, I don't have medley, so I need to get creative. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to, and I hope I get this right, because I have to deal with an enemy here, and he can be very trolly. So I'm going to lure this guy up here, and then I need audio here. to get him a little bit higher up here. Hey, buddy. You doing okay? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna freeze him. I'm gonna walk across the air. I'm gonna throw him side up to get up. I'm gonna freeze him again. Put him on the switch. And if I do this perfectly, this leaping section here, he will unfreeze right as I stand on the switch. But because he's still technically on it, the switch goes.
Oh, that's so creative! Wow! Oh, that's such cool routing. Wow.
Then here I run into the second issue. So normally here you would have a medley or a mirror shield to be able to kill these shoes here. However, since I got light arrows early and they can one-hit any enemy, I can just shoot them and instantly kill them, which is why for certain areas here the light arrows are essential for the route. And then I'm going to take that guy down, get this magic, and then we're coming on to the crazy part of the route. So like I said, this is my favorite dungeon. It's so cool to do speedrun-wise. I'm going to do a safety save here because I have to nail everything here for the rest of this dungeon perfectly, but it'll be fine. So I'm going to get storage, and here is a new example of storage, actually. So what I'm going to do is I need to get out of bounds here. So I'm going to store opening up this door, open up this door. It's going to kind of be confused by which area it should load. So it put me here, unload this room, load the next one. I fall underneath the map, and then I can just leave to this downstairs corridor that is blocked by the staircase. You can see I'm going through it.
That's a great sound effect.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Your voice acting.
And we're now in the basement. Now, you can see there's a lot of these song stones. The game really wants to make sure you bring Medley along. So the shenanigans of getting around Medley is not done yet. So here I'm going to get storage. I'm going to run through here. I'm going to store this text box to turn invisible. Then I'm going to head over here. I'm going to spawn a secret chest with a tingle bomb. That will activate a text box from the invisible state I got. Then I can get chest storage by canceling that little chest right there. So now I can walk up walls again. And now I need to make sure that I get everything, because if I fall down, I will lose my chest storage, and we're having a bad time. So first, I need to talk to Tingle here. I'm not going to do this with my nose right now for this marathon run. Hello, Tingle. I'm going to equip that. So now here, I'm going to have to be very precise out of bounds, because I don't have any height to get around this. So this is very precise. So I'm going to have to do a... It's fine. We made a safety save. It's only 1 minute. So what I have to do right there is I basically... So that leaf bump trick I mentioned, that you basically take away in and out the leaf, I have to do that, but I have to do it 3 times perfectly. Because you can see I'm literally at the height. So I'm actually basically under the door, but I'm clipping back up. And that is what I have to do. If this was another route, I could just get another chest storage and continue. But on this run, unfortunately, I can't. But since I made that safety save, we will get right back to it, thankfully. So we don't really have to worry about it. But yeah, while I'm just getting back there, do you want to read a donation or two, since it will just take a minute? So
yeah,
the perfect time for your donation.
We just got a $77 donation from DAP. Linkus has been my favorite part of Fast50 so far. His tech is incredible.
Thank you.
We got a $7 donation from She's 7 on my 7 till I 7. Love that.
As 7 does.
As 7 does. We have a $10 donation from Person Man. Looking forward to watching the Swedish sniper destroy Ganon.
Thank you.
We got a $6 donation from Viterim. Thank you so much. We have a donation from Kungle McFungle Jungle. Thank you very much for that.
There was a donation from a grandma earlier.
Yes. Oh my God, I did miss it. She was yeah. There was a donation from Grandma, and I remember what it said. It was my disappointment is immeasurable. What's the line?
My disappointment is immeasurable,
and my day is ruined.
Yeah,
there it is. And my
ruined,
day is ruined because you were not saving Grandma. And then we got one more. Willand with the $25 donation. So wait, so what was storage again?
I confused the game very much. And it does funky stuff.
Thank you guys so much for the donations. We're almost at $125,000 for charity.
Let's keep it up.
Keep it up.
Yeah, about to cross it. 124,939 right
We got
now.
177 away. God, this is so cool.
Yeah, this is always a little bit nerve-wracking, but
Is that,
coming along.
is that the first time you turn invisible this
Yes.
run? Okay. That part is a little confusing, but then again, all of this is quite confusing.
This isn't the Wind Waker
wait,
I
you guys
remember.
haven't been keeping up fully?
I'm starting to get it though.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm starting to figure it out.
I don't know. I can't tell because I haven't really spoken with you much before. I can't tell if you're sarcastic or not, but I'm really gonna believe you.
No, like the storage and then the positive and the it's the negative
you're actually
state.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm starting to get it.
I'm so proud.
You are very good at explaining this.
Okay, let's not fail this again.
Yeah, you broke it down very well.
Okay, we're good. Okay.
Oh, you got it! Let's go!
Okay, now here I'm going to see if RNG is nice to me. It is nicer since it's a marathon run to not be so risky that it could be magic. Thank you. Normally, I would just basically assume good RNG here. Let's not for this run, so I'm going to get that one right there. That's a backup one. Here I need to listen to the Game Boy Advance. So here I'm going to do a really cool out-of-bounds strat that's going to combine Tingle Balloon and out-of-bounds. So by clipping out of bounds here, I will use it to run out of bounds. And then I'm going to come to the side here, go into the door, and open it. Beautiful. All right.
Nice. And we just crossed $125,000.
All right.
Awesome. Let's keep it up. Yeah, also, I forgot to mention this, but I know I brought up about it earlier that you have a shrink hitbox when you have a chest storage enabled. So what that does when you go against a ledge like this is because I'm so far into the ledge, if I walk off slowly, Link is more than 50% out of bounds. So when you climb up, he just falls out of bounds. So that's how I'm able to do all of these out of bounds skips. I kind of brushed over that. So that's how I'm kind of just like randomly walking off a ledge like right here, and then you know, he just climbs back up, and I'm back out of bounds.
Did you glitch out the background music?
Oh, yeah. So this specific chest breaks the background song, so there is no sound until I enter the boss room.
It's eerily silent.
Yeah, that is jarring.
I kind of want to, like, say, though, that it makes it even more intense. You're, like, really... And, like, a record pace run. You're even more nerve-wracking right here because there's no sound, so you're like, oh, God.
You hear the sound of your heartbeat.
Yeah. Exactly. Clip out of bounds, fly around here.
You're killing it with these clips.
Yeah, honestly, except for falling down that one time, the rest went perfectly. Now, I'm finally at the end of the dungeon. I'm supposed to go down and get the boss key. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get any boss keys, for that matter. They stink. So, I'm going to do a very advanced technique called a backflip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand here, and I'm going to backflip with Link and go out of bounds.
Oh, my God.
And we're
Easy.
through.
Hey, just do that.
And that's the dungeon. Now you just have the boss left. Yeah. Now for this boss fight, here's a little cool fun fact. So normally the dungeon item you get here is the mirror shield. You're supposed to use these kind of lights that shine it on this boss. He turns visible and he's vulnerable. But because of the rush development and scrapping dungeons, there is a beta feature left in the game, which you would never know without glitches, where he is vulnerable to light arrows because it was not supposed to be in the location it was. So that left in beta feature lets us actually damage him. And if that was not left in, this route would not work.
That's a crazy oversight.
So thank you for leaving that in, Nintendo. I heavily appreciate it. For this fight, there's no way to do it faster than 3 cycles, basically. After you kill 5 posts, he will call them back in, and you just have to kind of take him down. I'm also dropping some bombs, by the way, because it's RNG where they go. So sometimes they spread out so that it's slower for me to kill them with my sword, like here. And then hopefully the bombs get at least one or two of them, just kind of to cover some more area. Go.
Woo!
Very well done.
Nice.
That was a good boss fight. After this cutscene, I'm gonna take some damage for a later trick, and then just basically watch the cutscene with Medley. I don't know. She'll learn how to do all the glitches as well. She'll just show up here. Don't question it. Yeah, this is a great time to read some donations, just chill. We have a little downtime here for the last dungeon of the run.
Nice. We have a $100 donation. Woo! Woo! From Kevin. That's it.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right, Kevin.
Yeah. We have a $10 donation from Grandpa. My awe is immeasurable and my day has been made. Let's keep up the good work for charity.
That's awesome. Thank you.
And we have a $34 donation from Noah and Amanda. It's the donation that actually put us to 125,000. 125,000. Baby, let's go. It's crazy. We did cross over 200 individual $7 donations. So thank you guys for that $7 donation. That was crazy.
We appreciate y'all.
We're currently at 206.
Yeah. And for anyone in North America, by the way, watching this, especially thanks. I know this run is very late, so anyone who stayed up, I appreciate it. Anyone who woke up as well early in Europe, thank you everybody so much for watching at home. Really appreciate y'all and everyone in the room.
Well, we have another $100 donation. Keep those claps going. From Sue, Linkus was the one that got me into watching speedruns. I love seeing how this run developed.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Wind Waker for like the past 2 years, this is very different from what you might remember. This is why I kind of came back to the grind. I've decided that this is going to be my last official major or record grind, so I'm playing this 4 or 5 days a week, and I'll hopefully within a month or two be able to get. I'm currently 3rd place. We have another 4 minutes to go, which might sound like a lot, but that's basically as not messing up 2 tricks, technically, but easier said than done, so yeah, if you want to see the grind, feel free to join the journey.
What is the record right now?
So, I almost don't want to say because we're going to be very far off on this run, but the record would be a 2 hour and 20 minute time.
Wow.
So we're going to be a bit off here. I am automatically losing some time, so I guess I can mention it because we're not doing it. So one thing that sucks about this run is not only, I'm sure you've seen, is it very difficult. 5 minutes before the end of the run, there is a glitch known as Puppet Cannon Skip. It is entirely RNG based. There is a 1 in 3 chance that it works, and every time you don't get it, you lose 2 minutes. So to get a record, you have to play this entire game for 2.5 hours perfectly, and then you have to get a 1 in 3 chance luck-based element, or you lost the entire run.
Oh my god.
So it is very brutal. So I'm not even attempting that skip, because they can take an infinite amount of attempts to get it, and I mean, I've been home where it took me 15 minutes to get it once. So because of that, for this marathon run, I am not doing the Puppet Cannon Skip route. So we're automatically losing over around 5-7 minutes not doing that. But I would rather show off a cool fight and guarantee that I can finish this run than rely on luck. 1 in 3 might sound like a lot, but trust me, landing that 2 in 3 is quite frequent.
Brutal.
Well, it's 67%, right? That you're not going to do it.
66.66.
Exactly.
Repeating,
Yeah.
of course.
Repeating.
Exactly. Yeah, I think my record is like 10 or 11 attempts,
Oh my
I think.
Yikes.
It's atrocious luck.
Yeah,
Or buy a lottery ticket, whichever one you want to look at.
exactly. Oh, cool. I actually have to pause here because I'm going to lose some rupees otherwise. So I'm buying a Tingle Balloon in the background here, by the way, on the Game Boy Advance. But I'm on a timer. It takes 10 seconds for me to buy something to when it kicks in. So by getting hit there on that bomb, I needed to activate right there so I can run through
I can't
here.
believe they just let you do that.
Yeah, it's crazy to me that this is just an intended mechanic. Like, that's not a glitch. That's just, 30 rupees and you have an adapter? Go right ahead. It's like the old version of an amiibo, but even more overpowered.
We have a $70 donation from Luke Skywalker. I was about to go to bed, but when I saw Linkus, I cracked a Red Bull. 2:30 a.m. here, and I'm having a blast. Linkus is actually one of the first speedruns I ever watched during another marathon speedrun. He was playing Wind Waker, and I was just absolutely enamored by the run. It has been lost to time, but it was early to mid 2010s.
I did not actually know that.
Oh, I thought. Oh, no way.
Yeah, I did not know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then also there throughout the barrier skip days.
Yeah.
And nay, I held the shield.
Yeah,
Beautiful clip.
a lot of these runs, the first time I've ever seen them, and they're ridiculous.
Speedruns, they're crazy. They're absolutely insane.
Yeah, even though I love this game, and if I will say, I don't recommend anyone to actually pick this game up unless you're just willing to be miserable for at least 2 months. Because it will take you
You're really selling it. You're really selling it.
I would say, so if you are like me, where you're like, you know what, I want to just like not get a single run for 2 months, but after 2 months I have fun, do this game.
Sunk cost.
You know,
it's like get to the third
Yeah.
episode and it might hit,
Well,
but it's like 2 months after.
Yeah, well, I said this on stream before, and I really mean it. I am happy that I picked this game up around 2013, 2014, because even though there was glitches at the time, there weren't as many glitches, right? So I slowly got forced to introducing myself to more glitches. Also, this loading zone is glitched. This is literally an intended mechanic to swing in here, but sometimes you just don't hit the loading zone. It's great. They made it better in the next version, because that's how it's supposed to work. But yeah, because I learned it so long ago, there wasn't as many glitches to learn. And then, like, every few months a new trick was learned, and I just had to learn that one. I think the difficulty of picking this game up now, and why I don't even know if I would if I had to start now, is that it's just so overwhelming. Like, I feel like it would just be such a daunting task to be like, all right, let's learn 200 different tricks. Oh, by the way, if you mess up one of them, your run is either dead or you lose enormous amounts of time.
Yeah.
That's top level speedruns for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very impressive. It's like really impressive.
Oh, it's so satisfying when you see someone do it. I can't imagine actually doing it yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, do not absolutely discourage anyone from learning this game. The community did realize that this game is too hard, so they made a new any percent no manual super sim. It's called. It bans manual super sim. It bans puppet Ganon skip, and it has a beginner-friendly route. So even though it is still difficult, that category is genuinely really fun, really entertaining, and is feasible to pick up. So if you want to learn this, there is a lot of tutorials and help out there to learn that category, and it is definitely what I would recommend you to start off with if you want to check this game out.
We got a $10 donation from Abby Bagel. Linkus says, don't pick this game up. That's how a pro keeps his record safe.
That's not what I meant!
That's the only way.
It's the gambit.
I need to look here. I need to look at a specific camera angle there when I'm jumping in here. I'm going to super swim here to hopefully across the entire ocean again. So I need to do another Tingle Balloon super swim, and they are quite precise. So hopefully this goes well. And that's also, by the way, if you're wondering why I keep taking off my headset, it's just the speaker is not that loud on the Game Boy Advance, if you not own it.
I'm still blown away that he uses a Game Boy Advance during the run.
Yeah. When you pulled it out, I thought it was a joke. I was like, oh, this is wicked funny. It's gonna be like, and it's no. Oh, yeah, that's part of it. Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, I gotta put you on Paper Mario speedruns. They use Ocarina of Time halfway through the run to
Really?
complete the run. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
They get to a point in Mario, they hot swap the game. They write code in Ocarina of Time, and then they hot swap it back.
What?
And the memory is still loaded in RAM, and they can just run it in Paper Mario to finish the game.
Yes, on the original Nintendo 64 launch model, the console can store memory and RAM for 10 seconds before it's cleared. So what you can do is you can take Ocarina of Time, set up what's called arbitrary code execution, write specific lines of code to specific parts of memory that's stored on the RAM of the console. Then please don't try this at home, this can really damage your cartridge. While it's plugged on, turned on, and the game is physically running, you jank the cartridge out and smash in very quickly the Paper Mario cartridge. That will start Paper Mario, but it did not clear out all of that memory that was stored in the RAM. And that lets you transfer that code you set up to teleport yourself to the credits and beat Paper Mario in like, I think it's 20, 30 minutes.
Phenomenal.
Wow.
It's very incredible. As a matter of fact, a little cool fun fact, if you have ever checked out Banjo-Kazooie, if you ever 100% that game on the N64, they actually tell you about a feature called Stop and Swap. Rare was actually planning to use this kind of oversight on the Nintendo 64 on purpose. It was really cool, where if you bought a Rare game, you could unlock things and then transfer it to other games to reward you for playing multiple Rare titles. So in Banjo-Kazooie, there was a bunch of features that went unused, because after they released the first game, Nintendo released a revision of the Nintendo 64, which only stores things in RAM for 1 second, and that would be such a short amount of time that they were scared people would be ruining their Nintendo 64s, their cartridges, and, you know, lawsuits were coming in. So it was unfortunately never fully implemented, but it's a really cool little fun side history.
Yeah, but that's where the idea came from for Paper Mario speedruns.
Yep.
To use Zelda.
It's so cool.
The creativity in the speedrun community is just insane.
Also, right here, I know it looks like I'm really hurting my car, but I'm just doing it so that it can fly across the room there.
What?
So I pick up my car on the same frame that it took damage from a bomb. And when that happens, the game is trying to like perform the kind of recoil. You know, when you get hit, you go, ah, and fall back a bit. So the game is constantly trying to perform that, but it's not able to because I'm holding him. And the longer I hold him, the more speed he's charging up. So after about 3 damage animations worth, he can make it across the entire room by just throwing him. And that lets me skip the first room. And you might be wondering why we don't skip my car. The only reason we don't skip my car is because of literally these trees right here. There is no... if you go to an area that's unloaded, there's no loading zones. You can't like go to the boss, like Ocarina of Time. You have to physically open doors in this game. I know it sucks, but... yeah.
Imagine that.
Brother!
That's why we can only go out of bounds to enter boss rooms, because boss rooms and mini-boss rooms are the only places that have a loading zone. All the other stuff, you need to open the door physically. Because of that, we're going to bring my car here, and we're going to unlock these trees. Once I've planted this tree, though, my car is completely useless, and we will not use him again until the end of the run.
Hey, he's useful in my heart.
That is true. I love my car. Sorry,
so
Chap, by the way. Okay. Now, I want to get to the end of this dungeon as quickly as possible. However, I would need to rescue my car and do a lot of things to get down there. So I'm going to do my last zombie hover for the run so that I can do a ledge clip. So for safety, because it's a marathon run, I'm just going to shoot this warp pod. This is technically optional in this category, but it's a very precise shot. Sorry, let me land this up. I think that's the right angle. Slightly down. It hit. It is hitting it. I love GameCube here. So the potlets are kind of broken on GameCube. They fixed it on HD. There we go, okay. So, I'm going to unlock that warp pod just in case, but I'm going to do the fast route. So what we're going to do is I'm going to activate a heal. I'm going to go down to 0 HP. Hover over this door. And now while I'm up here, I can grab this ledge, roll on the first frame, clip out of bounds, and... I can't. Thank you. There we go. And yeah, and that lets me get out of bounds. And you see this door right here. So this is actually a failsafe the game has to be abused. So you see that's the mini boss room, but by flying over it, it activates the boss room. So to avoid you from going out of bounds, the game has a feature where if you're ever leafing above a loading zone, it will always activate. And the intention with that was, well, if you have a door here with a loading zone, if you just jump and leaf, you can get past it and fall out of bounds. But that can be used to our advantage right there by just flying over it, and it teleports us to it. So once again, thank you, Nintendo. Right here, I'm gonna take out this guy. Take down that guy.
That happened way too fast, by the way.
Sorry. Also, if you wanted to know how it would have looked like if I would have done that glitch earlier, but I can't see my climb in the Forsaken Fortress, it would look like this.
Oh my god.
So right here, I clip out of bounds, enter the loading zone, and skip the animation of opening up the hookshot to save 10 seconds. Now, here, I only basically need one small key and chest storage to be able to beat the rest of this dungeon. So, I'm going to cause another chest to spawn in here. So, there is one chest you get as a reward here if you go down these 5 floors. Each time you break one of these floors, a wave of enemies spawn down below me here. However, if I'm at the very edge and I perform a jump slash, I can avoid falling down. Now, if I do that multiple times, I can stay up here and not have to fight any of them, except for the last ones. For this last one, you don't get the frame because a cutscene will play of the chest spawning. So I'm going to place a bomb. As it explodes, slightly too late, I'm going to try and equip the iron boots and get exploded forward with a knockback. Come on. There we go. So it's going to knock me forward. You can hear enemies literally in the background there, down there. So we get the second chest. Now, instead of going down like we should, we're going to bomb boost up on this ledge. You can stand at the very edge of this. And because I just took damage, I can't take damage again. So I can just jump over the spikes, no problem.
Wow.
No explosion sound either.
Yeah. It's kind of messed up because of this chest glitch I just did in the previous room. And we're also about to lose the music, too, actually. So
Eerily. and light, you know.
That comes back when we go in here, don't worry. I'll turn the lights back on.
You can still see the bugs.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. That's important.
And the reason I want to get chest storage is because this design of a door is very flawed, thankfully. So you can see, if I just slowly walk into this corner with chest storage, it kind of just makes us walk through.
Oh my
And that can be used on every door because this is the same door they use for everyone reused. So thank you, Nintendo, for making our life easy. So right here, I'm going to hookshot my way up to the top. Let's target. Gonna go here. Okay, now I have to be careful because if I accidentally fall down here, I'm gonna be kind of stuck. But hopefully I'm good, because when I'm in the state, I cannot interact with things like I normally should. So I, for example, cannot climb vines. I can't climb ledges. So to get through this wind right here, I'm going to fly and land on top of this fan.
What?
And then I'm going to slash my sword to get to the edge, line myself up here, jump slash up on this one, and then jump around.
Oh, that's so cool. What a strategy.
And then we'll get through here. It's so quiet. I can hear every sound in this room, and everyone is just pause champing right now, just like staring at the screen, so it's just like complete and utter silence.
Well, we do have some donations. Jimadan with the $5 donation. Goaded. Anita with the $10.39 donation.
Sorry, I just jumped through that song sign. Also, the boss door, funnily enough, they took the same door design and just scaled it up. So, same exploit works to get through it. Yeah, thank you, Mogera. Now, here is the boss for the dungeon. This is Final Lumen chat can start jamming. We're just going to have a jam party in the chat. This is the best boss mechanic, in my opinion, in the game. So, just enjoy the show. We're just going to fight him. Kinda normally.
So this is like a playthrough part of the speedrun.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, there is a crazy strat you can do that saves a little bit of time. It's not worth it for a run like this, where you can stun lock him. But if done perfectly, it saves so little time that for a run like this, it is absolutely not worth it. I would only do that in a record-based run.
We have a $50 donation from Anonymous, waking up to a Linkus speedrun. Nice. Well, good morning.
Now, for Mulgera, I also actually have to be careful because I'm playing in the Japanese version, and believe it or not, your game can crash when you beat Mulgera without the use of glitches. So, Mulgera, every time you attack him, spawns these kind of mini-worms, and they make a lot of sound effects. And if there's too many sound effects that plays at the same time as you deal the last hit on Mulgera, your game just straight up will crash. So I'm gonna have to be careful to be far away from these guys so they don't do too many sound effects. Try and kill some of them and not quick spin because I want to minimize the amount of sound effects as possible. Thankfully, by the way, his hitbox is still active when he's flying in the air. So he came from an up angle. I couldn't do it. If he does not come from a straight up angle, what you can do there is you can actually hookshot him while he's in the air. Okay, I'm gonna quickly pick up these hearts because I am not risking this. Okay, one more phase. He's 4 phase. It's 3 hits, and then he starts the next phase every time. That's how he's programmed. So we kind of have to go through this. Let's see if I can show you the mid-air shot or if I don't get a bad angle on him.
Whoa! Wow! The Swedish sniper back at it again.
I am a little bit scared. 2 of them jumped up. Let me make sure of something here. Hold on. Okay, we didn't get the crash. Good. 2 of them jumped at the same time, so I was a bit nervous. As long as the sound here plays. Basically, how the crash works is if there's too many sounds at the same time, the game cannot play this kind of boss beat music. And when you enter the portal at the end here, the game will not play that cutscene unless this song has played. It's gonna make sure this song played, but because it got skipped because too many songs and sound effects played at the same time, you're kind of just stuck in a forever white void out screen. Thankfully though, that's the last dungeon. I only have 2 super swims left, and then we're gonna be at the end of the game. So we are almost done with the run. So very good. Also, I picked up a heart here. It's a marathon run, so why not? We'll go 4 hearts.
What a run this has been, too.
Yeah, what do you guys think now when you've seen most of it?
I'm blown away. I'm blown away.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Eyes have been glued on the screen the entire time.
I've had to pee since 11 o'clock. I ain't getting up.
Oh.
Nice. Not too bad.
I love the music in this game.
Yeah,
So
it's
nice.
incredible.
Dude, it's like the amount of skill, like practice and talent that you have to do something like this. And not only do it like just like on stream by yourself or anything, doing a marathon run in front of everybody else, thousands of people, it takes some real dedication right there.
Truly.
Yeah, in front of an audience is just...
It's different. It's totally different.
It's totally different.
Yeah, it definitely adds a little bit of nerves. I'm gonna be honest, but it's gone pretty all right. I would say performance-wise has been, I would give it a B.
I'd give it an S. I'll be real with you, man.
If it was up to us, yeah, we're giving you that S, but
That's perfect to me.
The way I like to look at it is this. It's a better grade than I had in school. So, you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. But yeah, here is the cutscene after Wind Temple. Now, once I'm done with Wind Temple, technically I've beaten the dungeons. The definition of all dungeons is complete. It is just beat the game now. However, to beat the game, I need to get to Hyrule. And You remember that very long cutscene skip I did in Helmrock's lair earlier with the bird when I went on the door and everything?
Yeah.
So I technically never beat, according to the game, Forsaken Fortress 2. So the portal, even though I unlocked it, is not spawned into the overworld, which is a big problem because we need that portal because it only spawns after you complete that. And the way that the game determines how the ocean is by something called states. So I am going to do kind of a glitch I haven't done before here, where I'm going to manipulate states. So anytime a special event is happening, like for example, remember Endless Night? That was a state that the game applied to the ocean, right? To kind of indicate, hey, the ghost ship should be spawned, it should be raining. There's also another state for, whoa, hello, I'm going to swim away from you a bit. There's other states, too, for small things like if it's day or night. A bunch of small things like that. And one of them also should be Forsaken Fortress 1, be 2 or 3. So, thankfully, there are certain glitches that you can do in this game to manipulate the not the states, sorry, the layers. I don't want to make the tech-savvy people mad at me. Layers. It's called layers, not states. So, I'm going to abuse this minigame right here. So this minigame needs to apply certain special properties to the game. Because, you know, it's a minigame. It needs to keep track of minigame stuff. So, the really good thing is that it happens to be that the same layer that the game is temporarily put on while you're inside of this minigame is the same layer where Forsaken Fortress is the third one. It kind of overlaps. So I'm going to start this. You see it voids out, and this is when it reloads, by the way, to a different state. Now, if I ever land in the water here, I will void out, and it will reset my state. But with some very precise glitches, I can escape and maintain it. So first, I need to go out of bounds. So I'm going to first try and do a bomb boost to get on top of here. Then I'm going to go on top of this wall right here. And here is the worst storage spot in the game. I'm actually, for once, going to pause buffer it. It is so bad. And every time I fail it, I have to do this bomb boost again. So hopefully we get it first try. Frame early. That's fine. So yeah, if that happens, bomb boost back up. Also, I'm walking into the pole. The game doesn't want me to go inside of it, and it pushes me off. That's why I'm paused. Yes, okay, I got it.
Nice.
So that's what I'm doing. So now I have to make sure I don't touch the water. So I'm actually going to hook shot to get inside the boat. You might not even know you could do that. And now I have to sail out. I have to sail.
That was radical.
Now I have to sail outside of this coordinate. So you can hear, this is the minigame music just started. It thinks I started this flying minigame. Now, the property that if I touch the water, I will void out and I will reset the minigame will unload once I leave this coordinate, because each coordinate is its own loaded portion of the ocean. So I'm going to sail up to the top of this part of the ocean. And now, once I'm up here, I'm going to attempt to super swim across the entirety of the game to Forsaken Fortress. If I drown, I have to redo everything I just did, and I just realized I never made a safety save, I don't think. So
We don't need those.
Let's just not fail it. So I'm gonna swim here. Then I'm gonna sail up here. This is very precise. Here, swim in place, start a tingle balloon. Okay, so that gave me an air refill, because otherwise I won't even be close to making it. Unfortunately, it looks like I lost a tiny bit of speed there, but that's fine, because I can just kind of try in here and, hold on, very precisely go to this dock. And if I go through here, pause on this frame, bam, load up, I can get an air refill without... I lost the speed, that's fine. Okay, at least I can get an air refill here, and because I didn't void out, we still are on the correct layer, so that's good, that's all we care about. Okay. He wants to climb the dock. That's honestly, you know what? I'm not even mad. I'm more impressed that he was able to climb into that speed. That's pretty good. That's an accomplishment on its own. So
Link
we're
is
gonna get some more
reaching
speed.
Mach 1. I repeat, Mach 1.
Yeah.
Go fast. Lose track of Link.
Down here. Now we're gonna make it to Forsaken Fortress. And once we get over here now, because it didn't drown, this game does not apply for Forsaken Fortress 2, but it's the third one. You can see it's kind of burnt down if you know the game well. So I'm going to dive underneath the map by just taking out my Wind Waker as I walk off the ledge.
Oh.
Now, I have a problem. I don't have King Red Lions. I can't enter the portal without it. Well, thankfully, I never watched the opening cutscene of Forsaken Fortress that you're supposed to hours ago. So by swimming here, this cutscene where you're supposed to come up with King Red Lions in the castle.
There's no way. There's no way.
happens
Oh
to
my
Sonic.
god. Oh
So
my
we've
god.
saved this cutscene the whole game. Thank you. That's how you normally get introduced when you go there the first time.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And yeah, that is the last trick that could have gone wrong. Now we just have the 2 final bosses to beat. I am done with the terrible glitches, finally.
Nice.
That's it.
Wow.
That is all of them.
We have a $100 donation from Madison. Epic event, seeing some of my favorite runners and learning about some cool new ones. Keep up the awesome pace, and let's put some money to some fantastic causes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have a $50 donation from Linkus fan.
Nice.
Nice.
I have a feeling he might know me from before.
Linkus fan?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think the most, I don't know why, but on Twitch, there is a solid, I think over a dozen separate accounts for Linkus 7 Chair. And the thing that is even
Okay.
better about it is the fact that people make fun of it because at home, I just like run to the bathroom every time I'm in a cutscene. So people love spamming chair. So there is a emote on Twitch, you might even have seen it, called Giga Chair. What you might not know is that is actually my chair. The even more funny thing, without calling any names, is that chair that it's based upon was my old sponsor, CLG, that I was under. It's a CLG-themed chair. And there are 2 separate esports orgs that on their channel have that enabled, and I don't think they realize that it's the CLG chair. So every time I'm in certain chats and I see they have the emote Giga Chair, I think it's so funny that they're just accidentally advertising CLG.
The infiltration.
They may know now.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Check your
I didn't mean to
emotes.
expose it in front of too many people, but yeah.
A $25 donation from Mellowmute. Pog.
Nice. We can take a few more donations. We have some cutscenes here before we can fight Papa Ganon.
We have a $14 donation from, Stans. I, for some reason, don't think it's the real Stans.
Yeah.
Saying, I can't stop using the company funds to buy Funko Pops. I haven't looked Ludwig in the eye in 4 months.
That might be the real stance.
Oh,
think so for real?
Gotcha. Thanks for all the donations, guys, today. There are so many of them.
Yeah.
$125,000.
Yeah, thank you everybody so much. Now for these fights, I love that this is a thing in Zelda games. It's even in Breath of the Wild. Zelda games love to, for some reason, put the second last boss fight as the hardest one, and then they make the last one easy. In Breath of the Wild, you got Calamity Ganon, a mega hard, and then you just get Dark Beast Ganon, auto-scroller, literally can't die. Tears of the Kingdom, you get a mega hard army, followed up by the hardest Ganon that can parry you back,
Yep.
to flying around on a dragon, auto-scroller. They just love to do that, and it's the same thing in this game. So Papa Ganon is a true enemy, but it's even harder in this run, because what a casual would do is they would take the boomerang, cut down the cords that hold him up, and then you have an easy time to shoot the pearl. I don't have the boomerang, so that's where the meme Swedish Sniper comes from. Normally, I have pretty good aim here. Hopefully, I can still do it in a marathon run. We'll see. So I have to basically try and shoot the ball as he's moving around, and it is very difficult because not only is it hard to aim on this version, but also his movement is completely RNG based, so I have to kind of react to where he's moving and just hope I have good aim. So let's see if we can do this. The first phase, hardest one. This is the first insta shot, that's fine. 1. Slightly missed that. It's fine. 2. Slightly missed it. And 3.
Oh my
Nice.
god! He's a marksman.
Oh my.
Second phase, he's gonna turn into a spider, come down. Now, I am gonna try something. So there's something you do called a crypt shot, where if you shoot, you can shoot and then hold up left and then shoot on a very specific frame, and you can actually double hit him as he's going upwards. I'll try it if I have the magic for it. I cannot promise I'm gonna hit it, but that does save a solid 15 seconds. It's important in the run when you do this. So let's see if we can get this. So let's see if we can get the double shot. Frame early, that's fine. Hopefully here I get magic. Beautiful RNG pattern here, by the way. I have to rely on magic drops. Completely luck-based. I got 2, though. That's perfect RNG. We'll take those.
Oh my god.
Let's see if I can get the double shot here. So close. It's fine. Like I said, it's only a very little amount of time. And then... no magic on this one, though. That's fine, I guess. Let's just hope I have good aim on the third phase. So we're going to let him come down, reshoot the ball. And now for the third phase. The third phase is the snake phase. He's going to go around. Now, he gets more aggressive the further in you get. And then usually you could stun him by a bomb. But for the first part here, I kind of just have to... react to how he moves. As you can see, he kind of likes to spin in circles. Barely missed. You can hit him there.
Trying to get the midair is awesome.
Yeah, normally I'd go for another one, but I don't have that much magic to get a drop, so we're going to take him down. I just hold a bomb, and basically he walks into me and gets stunned for a few seconds, which gives me time to take him down. There's Papa Ganon. Now we just have Ganondorf left. Now, for this room, it's a very tall room. Also, this is the room the RNG-based trick would be in, by the way. There are, I can show you when I get up there, but there's this tiny spiky enemy that is at the very top, and you have like kind of a shortcut warp. So how the trick works is you stand at the bottom, shoot the morph all the way up with a fire arrow, and then the little enemy will get lit on fire and get knocked back. The knockback is completely luck-based, and you need to get the furthest knockback animation it has, because if it does, it will get hit onto the pot lid of the pot and burn it since it is on fire. And that's how you kind of can get up.
Hey, he's making the same sound I am.
Oops.
Same.
What are the odds, by the way, of the furthest knockback?
Sorry?
You said you were talking about the furthest knockback.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can. There are 3 morphs at the top. 2 of them are close enough to where the furthest knockback can hit it,
Okay.
and it's a 1 in 3 chance on 2 attempts. So you have about
Okay.
a 1 in 6 on each individual morph. But since you can only do 2, and then you have to reload the room, that's why it's so RNG based.
God.
I'm gonna do a little bit of a swag strut here, and it technically saves time if I don't get crushed. So instead of climbing here with a grappling hook, I'm going to jump slash turn around, 3 perfect side hops, slash my sword, backflip through the ground. Save a little bit of time. And then here we're going to take out the hook shot, and I will quickly show you. By the way, you can. Since it's only 10 seconds, I'll show you quickly here. These morphs right here, this is how the trick is. So basically, long story short, I'm all the underneath. I shoot this with a fire arrow. He has to get the furthest. Like that!
Wow.
He had to get that 1 in 6 chance. So if I went for it out of bounds, that would have worked.
Man.
But just for demonstration, if I do the second one, you're going to see. Okay, okay, it doesn't matter.
Third one?
Normally
Third
it
one?
doesn't bounce far. I promise you it's a 1 in 6 chance. What is the chance of a 1 in 6 back-to-back?
1 in 36.
That is fine. I'm not upset. Anyways, that's how it works. Usually these die in place. But yeah, that's how the glitch would be performed if you were to go for Papa Ganon skip. Yeah, thank you, Nintendo, for making it so realistic that it's not angle that determines how far they bounce, but it's an RNG value. Now, do you guys remember how we had this beautiful singing earlier? Well, this is the ultimate one, and this goes back way past like my stream.
Oh my God, this one.
This trend is from 2000 and I think 12. Every single event that this game has ever been performed at, this has been done. And we cannot stop that trend now. And it's not just my runs, anyone who's run this game.
Oh, we're doing it.
So, this game has, let's say, not the best voice acting. So here there is basically 2 clips of voice acting. One is the king who's like, "Can you sit down?" And then we will have Ganon. Ganon will get so mad that he doesn't get the Triforce that he's going to start laughing. And he's going to start laughing hysterically. He's going to go like, "Ah, ha, ha, ha," in that tone. So once he starts, everyone at home, I want you to spam LOLW or KEKW, Linkus you if you're a Linkus sub. Just spam laugh emotes, and everyone in the room, I want you to throughout the whole thing. It's going to go for about 30 seconds. We can't break the tradition.
30 seconds.
No, it goes for a while.
It goes for a while.
It's one of my favorite parts
I'm
of
going to
Linkus
give everybody a
speedruns.
countdown. It's going to happen in about 1 minute from now. We're going to go through the whole thing. It's going to be gorgeous. And let's keep this tradition alive. It's been alive for marathons, live now for 12 years, which is incredible.
Wow.
And I did not come up with this one. I would never have, because I don't really like to purposely... Okay, that's not true. I do like to make a fool of myself sometimes. But, like, not with laughing.
That's one of my favorite parts whenever you do one of these runs.
Yeah.
Just to look at your chat.
When I'm making a fool of myself?
No, the KEKWs, the LOL Ws.
Okay, I was going to say, that's
Oh,
my
I love
favorite
when
part
you
of
make a fool of
watching stream,
yourself.
when you make fun of yourself, yeah. Right. Here we go, chat. Are you ready for this? It is going to happen in 3, 2. I did it in the beginning. Oops, wrong part. Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
No, we're still waiting.
It's after this one.
Really long
it's
seconds.
It's in 3, 2, 1, and...
She's still going.
Beautiful job, everybody. Let's go as a team, baby. All right. Now, this fight should be pretty straightforward. Once this fight starts, if I do it well, I should finish this in 50 seconds. So time is coming up in about a minute from now. Like I said, it is, compared to the other one, and when you know what you're doing, quite fast. He has 3 phases. However, you can activate them early by manually talking to Zelda when you know you have dealt enough damage. So that is what we're going to do, and it should go pretty smoothly.
Where do you pull those from?
You don't want to know.
That's
He
true.
just like,
Yeah, we do not need to investigate the pouch back there.
All right.
Okay, I did not mean to take 3 hits of damage there. Let me just not take any more damage, because I cannot take any more hits. I should have been paying more attention. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, time is coming up once my sword goes and makes a connection with his head. Don't take damage. Zelda, shoot, shoot. Thank you. All right. And time.
nice.
Wow, what a run.
All right. Definitely had some mistakes along the way, but honestly, we showed it off. It's a hard category. I'm happy we were able to show it off. It's a very difficult run. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching up. Thank you, everybody, for staying up for the runs. Appreciate you all so much. For everyone who's on the couch, thank you, all three of you, so much. Really appreciate it.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
And yeah, if you're watching from home and you want to see more Wind Waker, I am currently doing a record grind for this category. So if you want to watch me live, you can check them out at Linkus7. I usually stream about 4 days a week. And you can also find me on YouTube, where I make videos about Zelda randomizers and speedrunning content in general. So yeah, sure me check me out. Linkus7 on all platforms. But either way, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. What is the next run we have coming up?
I believe I think we have a Muck Runner coming up. Yeah.
Nice. It's going to be an incredible run. It was part of Moist Esports' previous, well, $10,000
Yeah,
speedrun
he does the speedrun bounties all the time. It was the recent one.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, it was on a
forward to
previous
that.
one. We have the crab one going on right now. That's going to be concluding tomorrow as well at the end of the event. So it's going to be incredible. So yeah, you will see me around the event. I'll be on the couch commentating every now and then. But that being said, I am going to sit down and just relax and watch this last run, and then I am heading to bed. So thank you so much for watching.
Let's give a round of applause for Linkus.
Excellent.
Amazing run, amazing run.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
And guys, that was an absolutely wonderful speed run. I enjoyed watching every single second of that.
I was going to go to bed 3 hours ago, but I was like, nope.
No, I got to stay up for this.
I want to see the whole thing. Yeah.
As soon as I sat down for this, I knew I
was
needed to
wired
watch
in.
every
I
single
still have uneaten food here. I was locked in.
Yeah, I got to pee.
I wanted to go
You can still
halfway
wait,
through,
you
but
know?
I'm like, I can't be that guy.
Hey, and you know what? Here's a great opportunity. You know what? We're gonna let Jerma go pee and take a small break here before we get into the next run of a Muck Runner. So guys, stay tuned, grab a snack, and we'll see you in just a second.
This is awesome.